Boom, baby, we're alive. Welcome to Interview with a Man, in episode 631, reaction to Fresh and Fit Inner Game episode. We're going back in time to December of 2021, where I had to begin to really understand the depth and importance of inner game, frame, and how this ties into success, your dating success, your financial success, your weight loss success, everything. And so much more. We're going to review the entire episode, but don't forget, listen, guys, time is running out. Inner Game Healing is closing very soon. We are done and game over here. As you can see, the countdown timer is on the screen. We have got just a few hours left, okay? We've got just a few hours left, 5 hours and 41 minutes. If you have not signed up for Inner Game Healing, get in there now. We have officially broken the record of signups from last year. We are well over 200 members now. If you have not signed up, you are going to miss out, okay? And here, let me explain to you one more time, because there were 600 plus people on the waiting list. And I feel like a lot of you guys are getting cold feet because you're afraid. You're afraid of your the success that can come with this, because a lot of things, when you're traumatized and you have these bad things going on in your mind, you're afraid of success, you're afraid of change, you're used to your misery, you're used to it, you're happy in your little prison, okay? But I'm telling you, take a look here, and this is what you got going on. We got 20 webinars covering various techniques of healing your inner game, a year-long Telegram chat, which is a brotherhood of accountability, access to psychological experts in the course, and a video course for maintaining mental health habits. This is how the enrollment system works, okay? See, we have the webinars spread out over the year, and we're in quarter one right now with enrollment. So you only get to pay $297, and you get access to quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, and quarter four completely for free. Completely for free, okay? That is investment of a lifetime. Measly $297 to get all of this, okay? You get access to the video course immediately. You get access to the 5 webinars, which are starting on Monday, and you get access to the Telegram chat immediately as well, okay? This is the speaker lineup so far. Day 1, Monday, April 10th, The Mental Framework for Success by MLD. Okay, that's me. We're going to be talking about the groundwork you have to lay in order to become a super successful man in Money Muscles Game Frame, okay? Day 2, Tuesday, April 11th, Identifying Your Inner Game Problem by Apex Mindset, okay? This is when we're going to be able to identify the inner game problem, right? And be able to know clearly what is going on with you, how we can isolate this problem and begin to get it out of your life. Day 3 is Wednesday, April 12th, How to Heal Your Core Trauma at Home. This is by Ryan from innermasculine.com. This is also going to be a very powerful webinar, okay? Day 4, Mastering Inner Game for Abundance in Dating and Business by Justin Mark. And then day 5, Friday, April 14th, Understanding Frame and Self-Talk by Wraith. These all start at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And after each of these presentations, okay, they're all recorded. I know I said we wouldn't record them before, but I changed my mind because we're going to record the presentation section. And after the presentation is over, we immediately go to a live Q&A, where you ask your questions and get solutions given to you by me and my team of experts. You get all of this and more, but that is about to escape through your fingertips if you do not go right now to innergamehealing.com. Click on this little blue thing here. This is click to sign up, and it's just going to take you to the next page right here. And it's $297, and you sign up, and you're locked and loaded. After you sign up, what happens is you'll get a big confirmation screen that says, hey, make sure you join the Telegram chat right here. And then shout out to Ironi, who just signed up. Welcome aboard to the Inner Game Healing Summit. And then shout out to James L. James L. also give you a double right there. So listen up, guys. We have a really good episode today, and I'm just jumping straight into it because this is such a powerful lesson. You know, in this world, you have to just be super mentally strong for just everything that comes at you. When you become a guy at the top, like myself, right? What you'll start noticing is like these dirty little bottom feeders will always try to like claw at you and tear you down because they can't rise up side by side with you. A lot of people who hate on me, they hate on me because they can't do what I can't do. They can't make millions of dollars. They can't be international playboy. They can't fucking fight. They can't fucking train. They can't have super high levels of social acuity. They can't read body language. They don't know. They don't understand deep seduction. They don't know how to manage one woman, let alone multiple women. Okay. So when they see me doing all of these things effortlessly, so while looking so good doing it on the internet, all they can do is talk, 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 and try to tear you down. And this will come from friends, families. My personal favorite one that I just recently debunked, there's the internet tough guy. I have guaranteed proof that the internet tough guy who talks, when confronted online, runs, cries, because that's what they do. Because if they could do anything other than that, they wouldn't be online talking. But hey, what are you going to do? There's winners in life like me, and there are losers, okay? And so I love the fact that I am not one of these people. And I love the fact that there are losers everywhere because losers make me more valuable. So I'm just so thrilled to be a winner, and you should be too. And like I said, we can unlock your greatness because when your inner game is messed up, you know, you're going to see here on this show. This is like the episode that started it all for me. And then after this, so I'm just going to screen share right now. Take a look here real quick. Okay. So see this right here? Okay. This is when we first debuted, and this is on December something. Let's see. What is the actual upload date? Okay. December 28th, 2021. Okay. And this is on the Fresh and Fit podcast. And like I said, Myron is one of my former students from the Masculine Empowerment Network. He graduated through, started the Fresh and Fit podcast, and now we're out here changing the world. So proud of these guys. Massive amount of success. And they'll tell you too, there's so many just guys talk, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, the reason they talk is because they can't walk. And your mind's got to be strong. Your mind's got to be ready. You got to be equipped to deal with the losers because the losers are out in droves. The majority of society is losers. The majority of people are just losers. And guess what? When you decide that you want to be a winner, guess who comes out? The losers. And they want to start tearing you down. They want to start talking shit. They want to start doing all these things. They want to start going after your mind. Oh, why are you changing? You're good enough just the way you are. You know, all of this nonsense. And if you allow those things to get into your mind, you will be plagued. Okay? You will be plagued. Alex Hormozy put something out the other day, and I'm telling you right here, dude, it's like I'm not crazy when I say these things, okay? Take a look here real quick. This is what he just put out on his Twitter, okay? And he says, my solution for the people who don't help you accomplish your dreams, cut them immediately without hesitation or remorse. This is a guy who manages $100 million portfolio of businesses, right? And, you know, what's going to happen is there are so many, there's just so many things that you have to do to really elevate yourself. But the first thing you need to do, right? The first thing you need to do is cut the losers out. And as you start on this success journey, you start, you know, honing your inner game, you're going to start to notice some loser traits about yourself that you need to get out. And then what you're also going to notice is once you start identifying those loser traits and getting them out of yourself, right? Then what you're going to do is you're going to also start to realize patterns in people who are losers. And when you can identify these, you can know, oh my God, this guy's a loser. He has all the symptoms of the loser. He looks like a loser. He may be dressed up fancy and yada, 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 but you can see the bitch you can see the loser in them. And when you can identify this, you can kick them out of your life quickly, because it's only a matter of time before these little rats try to betray you. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, because it is such a big, big thing nowadays. Everybody is an internet tough guy. Everybody has got some kind of cancel campaign. Okay. So without further ado, let's just jump straight back into this episode. Okay. And don't forget, the link is in the chat for the Inner Game Healing Summit. So go ahead and do that before you get interrupted. Okay. I'll just pin that as well. Okay, actually. Okay, there we go. It's pinned in the chat. So let's get this party started, shall we? There we go. All right, let's take a look. This is a long one. This is 2 hours, but heed my words.
And we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to Fresh Fit Podcast. We're here with John from Modern Life Dating, man.
Hot dude life.
Yo, we got a great show planned for you guys. Let's get into it, baby. Include me kicking out girls and Zoom calls and other stuff where we help you guys become better, right? Whether it's making money, getting girls, whatever it is, we're all over there. Also, guys, we're on Spotify, Google, Apple Podcasts, every single platform you listen to podcasts. We are there. Just make sure you wear headphones and or have some kind of privacy screen so people don't know that you're listening to us, because we've had people lose their jobs for listening to our content.
Don't get fired.
Yeah, for real. Don't get fired. And that is on Anchor. Okay, link is below. It'll take you to whatever destination you want, whether it's Spotify, Google, Apple Podcasts, or a small one like CastBox. We're there. Also, freshfitpodcaststore.com, guys, get the merch. For example shirts, all the shirts that Fresh never wears on air, go ahead and check us out on freshfitpodcaststore.com. All right. Also, guys, we got a clips channel. A lot of you guys might not know about this, but we actually put out clips every single day. We put out like 3 to 4 clips a day. So, that are nice little segments from the regular show podcast, which today we're going to have a bunch of clippable content for y'all guys. We're going to get pretty deep on this one. So Fresh Fit Clips, check us out over there. Also, Fresh has a vlog channel.
Guys, for behind the scenes, man, and I'm actually going to change the direction of my channel. It's going to be for networking, lifestyle, and money. That's going to be the whole theme of the new channel. The second channel might be a little bit more dating stuff, but that's going to be in the back burner. But check it out, 100K on the way. Let's go.
Cool. And then we got also Chris. He has a Twitch channel.
Guys, follow me on Twitch and Aaron Parkson. By the way, guys,
Your channel's
Oh, that. All right, here we go.
John from Modern Life Dating in
Special
the house,
guest
bro.
in the
Special
house.
guest in the fucking house, man.
how's it going, bro?
John, we know who you are, but can you introduce yourself to the people, man?
First things first, I want to talk to you guys. I know that you guys have been going through a lot of shit this year. And I know that despite what anybody says, you guys are sincere, good people. I know you before you were fresh and fit. Okay. And then I know you after. And I'm so proud of you. And I really want to say that what you guys are doing is remarkable, because
Thank you.
it
Thanks,
takes
bro.
it takes a lot of balls, because people think they think that we do this to be popular or be famous or do we want money or but all this is really doing is showing what that person who's criticizing us values. They want popularity, they want fame, they want money, right? Are we financially incentivized? Yes, we're men, we run a business, right?
Yeah,
The only reason why our business is massively successful is because we provide results.
Yep.
Okay. In 2021, you can't be a scam artist. You can't be a bad person and get away with it. There's too many avenues. Oh, stop that 1 second, real quick. Somebody just signed up. Shout out to William, who just signed up right now. Hit you with the double. Hit you with the double. William, don't forget, get into the Telegram chat right now. Listen, time is running out, guys. The link is in the chat. The link's in the description box. Let's fucking make it happen. PayPal, Stripe, claims, all this stuff. You're gonna get found out.
Yep.
And all these people hating on you, right? My favorite one is the guy who looks like an extra from Hotel Rwanda.
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
That guy's pretentious level is off the charts. But anyways, I wanted to say I'm proud of you guys, and I know you guys have been getting a lot of garbage, and you don't deserve it. So I brought you guys some gifts. I don't know if anybody.
Oh,
wow.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Has anybody ever given you guys gifts on the channel?
Yeah, Brandon Carter.
Brandon Carter gave
Shout
us
out to him.
Well, from one millionaire to another, we both got some.
Got
some
from
good-
MLD, man.
Get a gift from MLD. Oh, shit.
I forgot I did this. I'll show you guys. I actually did care about giving them a present.
Yeah,
Oh
man.
Lord.
Myron, I got you this here.
Oh
wow.
wow. Merry
Merry-
Happy holidays.
Yeah,
bro.
I guess. Is this a Merry Christmas for the Muslim guy?
You can't say it. You
Once-
gotta say happy holidays.
I gotta say Happy Holidays. I gotta keep it politically correct.
yeah.
Go ahead, open it up. Open it up.
Okay, let's go.
Oh,
Let's
shit.
go.
I love this. I love Myron. This guy's an awesome guy, bro. He's seriously like, I know a lot of people give him bullshit, but you guys don't understand. This guy he seriously has a heart of gold. He is like one of the most high integrity man I've ever met in my entire life, which is so rare in this world full of rats. So I love this guy with all my heart. He's a great guy.
Oh,
Let's
live on
see
air, man.
What this is.
Man, all the way from Tokyo,
All the way
Guys,
from
I don't know
Tokyo.
what this is. This could be something crazy.
Japan.
I don't
Do
know.
how to blick yet.
Oh
Yeah.
shoot. Oh man,
let's
what
see
is
here.
that? What is that in the box?
Oh shit!
What is that?
He got me the
Oh.
Apple headphones, man.
The AirPod
Yo,
Max.
the
He uses it.
AirPod Max, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, thank you so much, bro. Holy crap, this is not cheap.
I'm tired of using those dirty old Beats
Bose.
by Dre's from like 2012.
or the AirPods.
Thanks,
So,
man. I appreciate
love,
that.
man. That's
I use the Bose headphones, the quiet comforts, but they're old. They
Yeah,
are old.
They are old and ugly. And they're not. You need this for you. This is more. This is what
It's very
the,
elegant.
This is the kids are using these days.
Yo, thank
love,
you so
man.
much, man. Shout
You're
out
welcome.
to John for getting me this as a gift,
Yeah.
bro. This is expensive, man. You really shouldn't have, man.
It's okay. It's not worth it.
I mean,
I mean,
He got
like-
money.
he got money, but goddamn, bro, still.
Well,
Thank you so much, man.
well, I got something. Well, I see you've been copying my style, wearing bathing ape. So I just,
Oh,
I actually
wow.
decided to get you something. This is a limited edition. You can only get this in Tokyo, Japan.
What?
So that is from
Bruh.
Whoa.
that's from the Shibuya Bathing Ape store. It's
Bro,
Motion.
it's a Japanese large. I hope you
Yeah.
could fit you.
I'm about a cream pie right now.
Oh.
Whoa, hold on. I
So-
gotta open this on.
Yeah. So, anyways, let's go. Let's skip to the section where we start talking about inner game. And then I got Chris a bunch of candy. I love these guys, man. They're such great people. It's so good too to like have the privilege of just being able to pick up the phone and be like, hey, I want to come on the Fresh and Fit podcast. I'm like, I always have a place on the show. It really is a blessing, man. But this time I was just about to get corona too. It was like really sick. I was on the tail. Dude, I knocked this one out the park. We're gonna see. This is gonna be a good one, but I knocked this bad boy out the park. What I'm trying to say is that like people don't seem to realize that like along with good content comes people who buy and they reward you with money. This is not like only simps or anything here. You know what I mean? Like you're providing a valuable, legitimate service, and it's in business. When you provide a good service, you get money.
Yep.
It's just like business 101. A lot of people are consumers. They're not producers, right? So they don't understand our side of the game.
Very true.
So
Very true.
just wanted to start off the show with some positivity, make you guys feel good about yourselves. Don't let those haters take you down, because that's what they do. They sit there and they are envious and super jealous of us. And they're our unpaid marketing team. And I love them. I love them. Continue to work harder for me, please. I love
Damn, son.
Oh,
Where'd you
man.
find
Bro,
that?
Yeah.
love.
No,
Yes,
man,
John.
that's
Please
crazy,
enjoy.
love, bro. Shout out to John from Model Life Dating,
Yeah.
guys. And I got to say this too. I talked about this when I had Donovan on and Troy as well. For some of you guys that don't know, John was a critical component of our success. You know, I as you guys know, I used to work for the federal government. I was an agent first, and I met John in 2019. 2019. I signed up for his body language mastery course. We started talking offline. I started providing value to his group from the fitness perspective. And, we had the big Zoom calls where John would have like 200, 300, 500 guys in there, and I'm sure by now it's even more so.
Mhm.
And those Zoom calls, and we would, he gave me a platform to showcase my skills. And I was able to make a YouTube channel. He was a big part of me starting a YouTube channel, putting out content in the first place. And I learned a lot from John. I wouldn't be where I'm at now without him. He taught me how to launch courses properly. We released Pandemic Pickup together.
Listen up.
And a big part of my success from, digital marketing, everything else comes from John. We met Jeremy through John, shout out to Jeremy. We learned how to run a YouTube channel through John, learned how to live stream through John, getting proper equipment, microphones, all that stuff in the beginning came from John. He was the first person to really give me that inspiration, man. So we got to definitely give you your flowers as well and say thank you. And I want to say this too, because a lot of people make it and they forget about those that help them get to where they're at.
Yep.
And one thing that we pride ourselves on this podcast is we always bring back the guys, the day ones that helped us get to where we're at now. And because there seems to be this really bad habit in the manosphere where guys make it and then they retract the ladder. They don't help their guys come up with them. And for us, it's like we shout you out all the time. We shout out Troy. We shout out John from Modern Life Dating, Rollo Tomasi, etc. We want you guys to grow with us. So you guys better go click that link, Modern Life Dating, and subscribe to his channel, guys, because without John, we wouldn't be where we're at today. You might not even have a Fresh and Fit, honestly, if it wasn't for John.
And actually, just after this as well. So funny story. I met you through Myron because I was helping with body language mastery, the course.
Yep.
And I'm not gonna lie, I thought Emily was a dick, bro. Like just a straight dick.
I get that often.
Like pompous, arrogant. But then he came to Miami. I met him for the first time in person, and I was like, bro, this guy's humble. He's a good person. He actually cares about his people. And it's funny because the value he brings, no one on YouTube is doing that. Like you actually go behind the scenes, you go behind psychological reasons why people do what they do. You go to deeper inner game, and that's important because guys have to develop within first to become outward. So for you, bro, shout out to you, man, for adding value, and you're a good person, bro.
And sorry,
go ahead, Chris.
And me and John is born in the same hospital, by the way.
Jackson Memorial. Jackson Memorial.
Thank you, Chris, for adding in unnecessary commentary as usual.
Jackson Memorial, where all the poor people are born.
You know, and no, man, just definitely like, bro, thank you. We're happy to have you here. Just so you guys know, he called me out as soon as he walked in. He was like, "You didn't come to my to my event," and I was like, "Listen, man, we had 2 shows that day. We had Donovan Sharp, we had Troy right after. So I took actually they went to go do the Hot Dude Con here in Miami.
Yeah.
And because I had just had pizza with Troy and Donovan right before they went to go with you, and then I had to come back, get the studio set up, and prepare for Donovan's show. And that's what happened. But no, man, I just want to let you know on air and everybody else out there that might have not seen me why I couldn't come is because we had 2 shows that day. I had to prepare for Troy and Donovan. But I'm happy to have you here, bro. I'm really excited. I mean, we booked this like a month or 2 ago.
Yeah.
Me and Freshman obviously excited about it. You know, John asked me a few times, like, "Are we still on?" I was like, "Hell yeah!"
Oh shit. Okay, and then shout out Jay. Jay just signed up. JG just signed up for Inner Game Healing. Get in, guys. Tell you, put the links in the chat, mod. Let's make it happen. Let's roll. I'm shouting out everybody to giving you some praise. Shout out to you for signing up right now.
Yeah, bro, we already made the announcement like for a couple weeks now. You definitely got to come. So, so guys, this guy is a critical component to our success and where we started, man. So thank you so much, bro, for the love. I think this is what it's about.
I am the real godfather of the manosphere.
Rollo is punching the air right now.
I told you.
And guys, real talk. John introduced me to Richard Cooper. He introduced me to Rollo Tomasi. He introduced me to Troy. He put me on Rule 0.
Yep.
Without John, you guys would not have a Myron Gaines. So it's an honor to have you here, man.
Yep.
And we got to give you your flowers.
I you know, and that's what I do with my brands. Cause like, you know, my philosophy is that now that I have achieved, you know, success or whatever that may be. I think we just got another sign up real quick. Oh yeah. Shout out to Douglas. Look at that. I love it. Keep on coming. Listen, the more of this episode you watch, okay, you're just gonna run out of reasons to not sign up. Okay, you are gonna run out. So if you're on the fence about maybe you want to save some money, don't watch this episode because you're gonna sign up. Watch this. We haven't even got into it, but I wanted to show you with the guys telling me the truth. Like I'm a big reason why the Fresh and Fit podcast started, dude. You guys, let me just give you guys a real quick history lesson. Okay, I helped Myron Gaines start the Fresh and Fit podcast. Okay, without Myron Gaines, you don't have Fresh Prince CEO. Without Fresh Prince CEO, you don't have Rollo Tomasi blowing up the way he did. Okay, I helped Richard Cooper maximize his digital marketing. I helped Donovan Sharp maximize his internet marketing. I helped Troy Francis. Okay, I helped Andrew, the Legal Mindset. He started his entire brand due to me and my former intern getting trained and going under him, and he was learning with him. From that, you have people who copied the Fresh and Fit podcast. Then you have Pearl from Just Pearly Things. She copied the business model, but she added the shorts amplifier to it. And without Pearl, you don't have the Whatever podcast as well. Okay. All of these things are connected back to me and what I taught these guys. And a big component of that was inner game. Stop and think about that for a minute. Your favorite Manosphere creator, your favorite red pill content creator, there's a 95% chance they're directly linked to me and helping them out. Sterling Cooper. And without Sterling Cooper, you don't have Jay Waller, because Sterling Cooper became friends with Jay Waller, and Jay Waller saw what Sterling was doing, and Sterling came to me for his first internet marketing consultation. He paid me. I mean, he paid me like $140 for like an hour. And I was like, all right, man, if you want to do it, let's do it. because I didn't know who he was. He was just a guy that just started. Now he's like fucking internationally known as like one of Tate's best guys. So it's all connected and it's all centered in on Inner Game. And looks like we just had another sign up. Shout out to Sin Proper, codename Sin Proper. He's in, locked in, loaded. Welcome. Let's go back to the episode. Maybe labeled
Definitely
as,
successful.
right? You know, well, of
Millionaire.
course, yeah. Well, you know what I mean. When you get $1 million, you realize it's not that much. Like you realize we'll talk about that later in the show
For sure.
But like, you know, I'm the $10 million man. Between all the brands that I've helped, Charlie, Cultivate Crypto. Oh yeah, forgot about that guy too. Dollar Cost Crypto, Rolla's brand, Donovan, Troy, Paul, Apex Mindset, like all these guys collectively over this last 2 years, $10 million in revenue has been generated directly because of me.
Sheesh.
And I don't ask for anything back. All I ask for is just like, hey, like when you get famous or you make it or whatever, like just don't be a dick after. Right, because I see some people get like, you know, just a little inkling of clout or an inkling of money, and they're like, "Oh, fuck this guy, I don't need him." You know, like now let me make a hate list about this guy, or let me make a hit video. I'm just like, Christ,
which is disgusting when I see that, bro.
Yeah,
like anyone in the sphere that helped us come up, I always say you always have a seat here, no matter how big we get. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's very important because so many people retract that goddamn ladder, bro, instead of putting a hand down and saying, come up with us.
No.
My thing is, if you made it in life, bro, like, why not help people that want to make it as well? And look, if you already made it and you're successful, you don't really need much more. So it's like, just help out.
And let me make this very clear. John doesn't need us at all. He's already made his money. You know what I'm saying? He's done it through, and he doesn't really need to be on YouTube either anymore. You know, he's already made well over $1 million from crypto investing, which we're going to talk about, guys. But
ban that guy.
Shout out to Roll Tomasi. Rest in peace of Pat Campbell.
Yeah, RIP.
But yeah, man, the love is genuine, guys. Like I said, the haters are gonna hate, man. But we got a strong network of guys here that we can trust and rely on. And notice how we move, guys, where we put each other up and we bring each other on each other's different platforms to work with each other and make sure everyone wins. Versus the haters, like they only get together to hate. So
so listen to what Myron's saying. The haters only get together to hate. When you have like a little this is what happens too when you become you know, the one kind of guy that is successful. All of the little weaklings, all of the like little tryhards, the fake little internet alphas who hide on screens, they all form little coalitions and they try to tear you down. And this will happen in your real life too, right? You'll have people that'll they'll concern troll you. You know, concern troll is like, oh man, like I'm a little concerned about you. Why are you doing this? Blah blah blah. And you know, it's just hilarious to see that formulate before your eyes as you begin to ascend. Because when you come up, listen, the majority of humans, guys, majority of people, you got to understand, majority of people are losers. And they're jealous when you're successful. They are seriously jealous. And all they do, they talk, they try to tear you down, they try to get into your mind. It could be people online, it could be people in your coworkers, they'll sabotage you, try to get you fired. Listen, a lot of dirtbag humans out there, guys. It is in your best behavior, it's in your best interest to assume that most people are dirtbags. Okay. And you know, don't trust so freely at all. Hold on, how does this work? There we go. Okay.
So John, we know who you are, man. Can you introduce yourself to the people?
Right. So, okay, my name's Jonathan. I run Modern Life Dating, the YouTube channel. And so people just think it's just a YouTube channel for dating, but it's 3 parts. It's modern, it's life, it's dating. It's how to get along in the modern world, how to live your life as a man, and how to navigate the dating marketplace as a man. Because people, like, the biggest fools out there are men who think that they don't need help understanding women and the female nature and game, right? Because you know, what is like the typical uneducated guy say, like, oh, you know, game is like pickup lines and like game is like manipulation. Like, no, this is what game is. Game is understanding how females work psychologically and then adjusting your behavior to get a favorable outcome with this chick consensually, whether it be sex, relationship, marriage, whatever case may be. You're going to need a certain skill set to understand, is that woman in front of you worthy of you? Is she an honest person? Is she a liar? Does she have it? So Johnny says, so if you think if I pay $1,000 for Fresh's one-on-one coaching, I don't know, depends on what you need help with. He's good at networking and marketing and Instagram and stuff. Depends on what you need help with. He's also good at like investing because he has like a bunch of properties. Integrity, right? A lot of guys, they project what they want the woman to be, and women see this and they're like, okay, this is who he thinks I am, so I'm gonna play the role, right? And it's cool for the woman to do that, but it's also really important that you identify that so you don't get caught up in a false reality that ends up crippling men. This is why dudes off themselves. This is why dudes simp. This is why dudes shoot other people when they catch the chick cheating, when they saw like a million red flags before. They're like, no. It was just this one time. It was just this. It was just that. So, you know, it's important to understand that because it's super dangerous because we're like guys, women and men are not the same. Like we want sex more than women do.
Right. Yep.
Like we build cities for sex.
Facts.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know, we went to space to see if there's chicks up there. You know?
Yeah.
Like, can we fuck these chicks? You know? But it's just how we are as men. And I think that the first thing we need to acknowledge as men is like, we do want sex. We do want relationships. We do want women. Right. And then secondly, how to navigate that, because now in the West, the law has, you know, kind of become intermingled with our day-to-day lives recently with what's going on, but more so relationship wise, divorce court, child support, alimony, all that stuff. And these chicks know this stuff, bro. And here's the thing. I'm gonna set this frame straight for the show right now. I am not saying that like women are just this inevitable boogeyman coming to like kill you and destroy your life. Like, dude, there are good women out there. I have good women in my life. I have relationships with like fucking amazing chicks, right? And there are good girls out there, but you'd be a fool to just assume every girl you meet is a good girl. You need to trust, but also vet them.
Bam.
And there's nothing wrong with testing people, especially if you're like us, basically everybody in this room, high value man, right? And quantifying that based upon fitness, finances, you know, intelligence. If you do not vet people in general, okay, you're going to get finesse. You have to be at our level. I had a house party in October, right? In Tokyo. And I trusted some guy that I'd known for a little bit to invite people in. And, you know, he invited people over and I provided champagne to everybody. I said, yeah, everybody come on in. It's cool. But come to my place. One of my rooms, I had just like, due to the chaos, I forgot that my Rolex was on display in this room. And somebody at the house party stole my Rolex.
Oh, fuck.
You know, and it was not that expensive. It was like $14,000, but it was
not
still
that expensive. $14K.
It was annoying, you know. That really was annoying. But you know, it's not annoying. Shout out to Elias who just signed up for us here. Intergame Healing Summit. Come on down. Yeah, someone stole my Rolex. Fucking such shit people, bro. I invited people into my house, had a house party, top of the line alcohol, everything was available, totally cool. In Japan, didn't think that these like some dirtbag person would come in and steal my Rolex, but the joke's on them because my house has insurance, and in Japan, when somebody steals something out of your house, they pay you the full price plus 10% on top of it as a condolences fee. So I actually made out on top, bought Ethereum with that, and came out with a gigantic W because that's all I do. That's all I do. I'm gonna play this Final Fantasy VII fanfare of the victory dance until you're dreaming of it.
Whatever.
Well, you know, I mean, Mr. fucking Iced Out.
Listen, man, that's not the point.
We're gonna make fun of their diamonds later, but no, but you know, and then I had this realization, like I'm not normal anymore. Like I have more to lose.
Yeah.
Like the thing is this too, right? When you become a high value man, because like I know like people like to say like, you know, chase excellence, not women. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life, because when you become a high value man, the type of woman that goes after you is a more skilled predator. Not all of them, but you do target a higher caliber like predatorial woman. Yeah. I mean,
true, dude.
You don't believe me? Take a look at the NBA. How many baby mamas took to the NFL?
Fact,
dude. And here's another one, right? You know, look what happened to the Tate brothers. They weren't carefully vetting that kind of girl. If I were the Tate brothers, I would not fuck with American chicks whatsoever. And they're with the American chick, which is a nation full of dirtbag women, and a Moldovan chick, which is just a nation full of dirtbags and scammers, you know? Yikes, man. Unbelievable.
Bro, they have group chats of how to date an NBA player and what to do, what not to do.
And how to fleece them. I
Yep.
know. And the thing is, that same NBA guy, he thinks like, oh yeah, she's a good girl. He just projects that she's a good girl. Next thing you know, he's paying $100,000 a month in child support.
Yep.
A kid could fucking eat diamonds for a month straight. It wouldn't cost $100,000.
Yeah, facts,
you know?
bro.
You know what I mean? So it's so important for guys to really understand what the real world is like and just not let any old fucking chick into your life. Because again, I'm not trying to say that like all women are evil and like they're all just cheating whores, like conspiring, like, oh, it's time to fleece this motherfucker. But you know, there is a subset of women out there that exists that will do that to you, and that do that on a daily basis around the globe, every country, every nation, every race, every age. Okay.
And we're going to talk about international dating in a second, guys,
Yeah.
by the way. Don't worry. We're going to break down so many things today, man. I hope you guys are ready. Go ahead, Fresh.
And just to add to your point,
And a big shout out to Matthew N, who just signed up for the Inner Game Healing Summit. Do we have any mods in the chat? Billy, you in the chat? Make sure you put that link like every 5 to 10 minutes in the chat to get these people in here. I'll put it right now. Put the link up there. See, I'll show it to you guys so you can see it on the chat. Okay. So that's the link right there. I'm just going to put it right here. Right there. Okay. You can also just see that right there. Somebody says bald head MLD was a different breed. Let me tell you something. Full hair MLD is at an even higher level. You think that? Just wait. Like, dude, if you like what I'm saying here, dude, we have not even gotten into like 1% of the meat. Listen up.
so like you said earlier, a lot of guys think that they don't need to have game or even learn the process. And I'll just say, when you're out here in the world, right? What do guys really want? They want sex. So you can lie to yourself and say all day, oh, I don't need girls, I don't need that, blah, blah. Problem is, the truth is, you really want girls. Now, when you master this skill, now you're free because you're not thinking about, okay, can I get sex today? Is it going to be a mission today? Is it, okay, you know what? I got girls.
All right, bro. I'm going to ban you, bro. You said stop sending me 10 emails a day. I'm not emailing you 10 fucking emails a day. All right. You need to chill out. I don't send anybody 10 emails a day. Okay. And if you're too stupid to not know how to get off an email list that you opted in to get into, then you deserve to fucking suffer. You're a moron. John, will Linear Game Healing be not available if I don't buy right now? Yes. Tonight at midnight, it's closing and you can't get in. I've been saying that the entire month of March. I don't know what part of that you missed, but the time is running out. Okay. You think I'm joking, bro? This, like, there's a gigantic timer on the website. Have you gone to the website? Do you pay attention to life?
Shut up and take
Right
my
here.
money.
5 hours, 3 minutes, and 48 seconds left to go. Go to innergamehealing.com right now. Sign up because time is running out. Okay. Orange says, what up, MLD? I'm starting my journey of transforming myself to a better man. Thanks for the knowledge you spread. It's very helpful. Thank you for the $4.99. Johnny Lajoie, 550 Canadian. Thanks for answering that's what I'm trying to do. Investing mostly. I'm trying to get that first million. I think freshest knowledge will help me. Yeah, give it a go. Talk to him. Okay. Let's go. Let's get back to the episode here. I got so many tabs open. Freaking, that's okay. I have 48 gigabytes of RAM because I'm an alpha male. RAM alpha male.
Lined up, I can focus on my passion, my purpose, and my mission. That right there is true freedom because now you're not chained to like your sexual urges. If you can master that, you can get women, then you're good to go from there.
Absolutely, man.
Yep.
And I think that's why it's so important, you know, for guys like you out there to, because like I remember when we used to do the Zoom calls almost 2 years ago, you would say, hey, you need to figure this out and get this handled, this part of your life handled, so that you can focus on other things, just as Fresh was saying now, because so many guys focus too much on women, can't figure it out, and it starts to burn them in other facets of their life. Or it comes back to bite them later on. They only focus on making money and becoming successful. Then they become successful and then bang, like we talked about
NBA
before,
players.
predatory women.
Somebody, Kevin says, will the webinars for Inner Game Healing be available after the completion or must they be viewed live? I work when they're live. Kevin, they are recorded and they will be posted in the Telegram chat so you can watch it whenever you feel like at your convenience. And don't forget, you're also getting 15 more webinars spread out through all 2023. You're not just getting 5, you're getting 20. But the first set of 5 starts this Monday.
Women come into play, and they're not trained or properly, prepared to deal with these types of women.
Yeah.
You know,
it's so important because that's like, because I think Clary's talking about too. And shout out to Aaron Clary.
Shout out to him.
The poorest member of Rule Zero.
Cappy, we love you, bro. Cappy.
But with Clary, he says like, don't focus on chicks. And I'm just like, look, like, I understand where you're coming from, but you're coming from a guy who's already ran the race.
Yeah.
You've made peace with that because you've lived your life. You've had sex with the girls, and then you've realized it's not worth it for you. And he still has a chick that he goes home to.
Yeah.
But the thing is, these guys, when they don't have these sexual experiences, they really can't, like,
they have no comparison.
They can't get it out of their system.
Yeah.
You can't jerk it off out of your system. You can't fuck prostitutes out of your system. Like you want to get it handled, and it's natural for men to want women. So it's like saying like, look, don't breathe oxygen.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, well, I'm going to fucking die, So
Exactly.
It's important for guys to, I don't think guys should run away from this. This is why I shun the MGTOW movement, because I think ultimately the MGTOW movement is just a bunch of guys that are not really want to take accountability for who they are as a man.
Yeah.
And looking inside and looking at what they're missing, what's wrong with them. Right. And we're going to talk about that too with the inner game.
Sure.
But because I think it's a very hard thing for guys to do, look inside themselves and think and come to the conclusion like, okay, like there is something wrong with me. Like I'm doing something wrong. Like there's a reason why I keep on like overdrafting my account and I'm broke. There's a reason why I keep on going back to drugs. There's a reason why I keep breaking my diet. There's a reason why, I keep freezing when I'm supposed to talk to girls and approach them. Right. There's always a reason. And the answer, like shout out to Mr. Lucario, the truth is inside you.
Bam.
Right.
Yep.
And that's where you
Shout
can
out to
find
Lucario.
all this. And
Legend.
I'm all over the place.
No, don't worry. So no, it actually,
And that's true. Let me tell you something too. Okay. Let me tell you the new phenomenon that's out here. Okay. So this is something that I've noticed too. Now you have like a lot of these guys who refuse to do the work and really get their internal life sorted out. This is the new thing. What they'll do is they'll start simping for like alpha male content creators. And this is no disrespect to the content creators I'm about to listen, but they'll try so hard to be like Andrew Tate, and they'll put on the glasses and they'll smoke the cigar and they'll wear a suit and they'll be like, yeah, I'm a fucking alpha male, bro. But they go home, they're still insecure, they still get no girls, they're still fucking not going for their goals. They're not taking care of their lives. They make like a few $1,000s a month and they're like, oh yeah, like I'm a top level guy, but they're still insecure. They still feel bad about themselves on a day-to-day basis. And it's evident in their actions. Right. And this is a gigantic epidemic because the real guys are very few and far between. The ones who are really man enough to look inside themselves and realize, what's wrong with me? Where am I lacking? Where are my deficiencies? Okay. And it takes a real man to look inside and find out what the real problem is. It's very few people who would actually stop and deeply go inside their minds and their subconscious minds and inside their hearts and analyze what's going on and like, why am I like this? What's happening to me? Few people will do that. Few and far between. Okay. Few and far between. But when you are actually one of those men who will look inside, take accountability, and make the change, now you're ready to enter the upper echelon of success. And that's what's talking about here.
Ready to go, though. I think it's the bang.
Yeah. It's got you going. So we're going to transition over, man, because I'll read the chats real fast, and then we're going to get into it. Let
me skip this because I'm going to skip the super chats. I don't want to watch the super chats. 27 down to, here we go. Okay. Actually, you know, I
It's
think
lives globally.
Thank you, brother.
And that's for all you guys out there, man. But guys, this stream is not going to be to hate on other, content creators, man. We're here we don't hate, we create, guys.
Yep.
So it is what it is. They can make their videos and hit pieces on us. We're going to give you guys value. That's what we're here to do. All right. So John, you live in Tokyo, Japan right now.
I do.
Originally from Florida, born here in Miami, lived in Orlando growing up. Can you, and you moved, you left the United States,
right,
and you started your business. Can you take us from A to Z, what it was like growing up in the United States, Orlando, and then what made you transition over to Japan and how you started your business?
Oh,
it's a bunch of questions in one, but I figured since you're already ahead of the game, so I was like, let's do it.
All right, so
your story.
I'll kind of tailor my story for the message I want to talk about today, what I want to focus about today.
And shout out, we got another one. Shout out to Kevin P, who just signed up for Inner Game Healing. Just to join the ranks, guys. If you're just thinking this is some kind of sorority group, you're not, man. And this is not some fake alpha male bullshit. We're not going to teach you to go online and just talk shit and run your mouth like a fucking loser. We're actually going to provide rock solid value and give you the internal peace that you've been looking for and so much more.
It is the root of every guy's problem,
right?
Whether it be, because I've now transitioned from just saying money, muscles, game to money, muscles, game, frame, the core four.
Okay.
Every man needs this: money, muscles, game, and frame.
And there's another one. We just shout out to Jack D, who just signed up.
Frame is very, very, very underrated and underappreciated and under discussed, because that's where most guys screw up in their relationships, is maintaining the frame.
Right.
That's why I say
so many of these dudes, these so-called alpha males, they like their girlfriend does something, they lose frame, she violates them, they stay with her for too long, their confidence gets chipped away. The girl disrespects them even more. She starts to hate you because you don't stand up to her and you don't just get rid of her, quite frankly. And then their entire life goes in a downward spiral, man. A good woman can make a good man great, but a shitty woman can make a great man good.
Money, make muscles, learn game, hold frame. Okay. And so inner game is the thing that I've really come to understand that is the root of all problems that men are having, right? And inner game is your self-esteem and how you feel about yourself, your insecurities, whatever it may be, right? We have every insecurity in the world. Guys say, everything boils down to them saying like, I'm not good enough, right? Guys say, I'm not tall enough. I'm too short. I'm not jacked enough. I'm not rich enough. I'm Asian, I'm Indian, I'm black, I'm white, I'm whatever it is. They have this negative dialogue and negative conversation going on with themselves on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
And that is the root of all of their problems. Okay.
And that's what we're talking about when we say self-talk. Okay. When you guys have this negative self-talk, like you're crucifying yourself on a daily basis with negativity, that is why you have a life of failure. And that is typically coming from voices you heard before, voices of your oppressive father, oppressive mother, oppressive uncle, oppressive aunt, coach, teacher, grandma, grandpa, just always oppressing you with the words. And then this kind of like becomes a brainwashing, a negative pattern of brainwashing that destroys you. And again, that's why we talk about on day 5, we're talking about understanding frame and self-talk and how to create it. Despite you may thinking it sounds weird, it sounds awkward when I'm talking to myself in a positive manner, you are brainwashing yourself one way or another. So which way are you going to brainwash yourself towards? It's that simple. I know which way I want to go. I have done my thing. Let's go back here.
So my story starts off with me being born here, right, in Miami, Florida. So my mom is she's an immigrant from Trinidad and Tobago, and my dad, he was white, right? So I never met my dad. The story of them meeting is kind of like a vague, because I really don't know too much. All I know is my dad was like 40 something, maybe 44 and 44, 42, and my mom was 18, and he picked her up off the beach in Trinidad. They got married, and then she had me when she was 19. And then when I was born, I like to make a joke. So my dad saw I was a little too brown and he left.
Oh, let's jump in. Oh, let's jump in.
You know? So he saw that, he said that baby's a little too brown for me. I got to get out of here. But you know, I make light of it, but I really don't know the context of it.
Yeah.
And so you know, he left, and then when I was 15, my mom, I think it was 15, like 15, my mom like sat me down on the bed. She's like, I need to talk to you about something. I was like, what's up? She's like, your dad died. I was like, I don't care.
Oh shit.
You know, because it's like, you know, it's just like you don't know
What you don't know.
what you don't know,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
then you never had it, right? So, but I didn't realize, like, you know, all of the I grew up in a really toxic, abusive household, right?
Yeah.
And so when I was being raised, my mom was helping her sister come to the United States, right? Kind of like the immigrant story, like,
Of
you know,
course.
I made it to America, let me help my family get
Exactly.
to America, right?
Yeah.
And so she brought over her sister, and the sister was like a toxic narcissist, right? And anything you know about narcissistic people is like they're really tortured individuals. And so we were raised Pentecostal, and Aunt Millie came over, right? And so Aunt Millie came over with her 3 children, and her kids were just equally as fucked up as she was, right?
Okay.
So from ages 8 to about like 12, my cousin, which was Aunt Millie's child, he would consistently beat me up like very badly, right? I'm talking like I would be pinned on the bed, and there was like a white wall next to the bed, and he would just be punching me in my nose over and over, and I would see like my blood like splatter up against the white wall. Like this is like happening to me when I'm like 8, 9, 10, like on a frequent basis. And then after I got my ass beat like that, I got verbally told I was like demon possessed. I wasn't a good enough Christian. I'm gonna burn in the lake of fire.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to hell forever. You got to read your Bible. And you know, when I was like 9, 10, I was like being forced to read the book of Revelations. Like at 10, like you should be, you know, playing Pokemon and like eating ice cream and climbing trees, right?
Mhm.
And so I was like being viciously beaten, and then on top of that, being like verbally broken down. And this is a child,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so this was like really hard for me as a kid. But when you're a kid, you don't realize that you're dealing with monsters at the time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because your parents are like God, right? And if God came to you and was like, you're a piece of shit, you're like, okay, well, you're God, so I must be a piece of shit.
Mhm.
So how can I, you know, you know, do whatever needs to be done to get your love? Because as a child, that's all you want from your parents is love and comfort, right? So that had really kind of like set my internal frame and my internal belief system down a very bad path, right?
Yeah, and so that's what. So when you're, and this is the thing, right? A lot of these content creators don't really know what it's like to be like abused and to kind of go through those deep, emotionally traumatic experiences. Because what happens is you have like a highly traumatically emotional thing happen to you, and it like shocks your system, right? And you know what ends up happening is this scars you in a mental model that you begin to build a foundation upon. So you're building your personality, your core identity from a broken foundation. So there's going to be cracks in the foundation, and then the whole, you know, life that you build upon that will not be stable. Will have trouble, and it is just not ideal. But the good thing about inner game healing and stuff is we can go in there, we can help you identify these problems, and we can tell you how to live a life that will alleviate these problems. You're not going to process your trauma just by going to the gym. If you really are into the gym culture and you understand the gym culture well, you know some of these guys that are super jacked, they have 5% body fat, 6% body fat, 8%, doing these competitions all the time, running cycles of steroids. They're sad, they're lonely, they're miserable. But you know what they're doing? They're using the gym to cope with it. But the thing is, you can't cope with it. You got to heal it. You got to make peace with these things. You got to do the work. You got to come inside, to your and analyze what's going on inside of me. Why am I acting this? Why do I have these high levels of anxiety? Why do I have these high levels of depression? Why do I have these feelings of loneliness? All these things, right? And so when that situation happens, well, you know, a lot of people just don't know how to deal with it. And what does modern medicine do? They give you drugs. They give you prescription antidepressant pills. They give you all these things, and they mask it because the majority of these people don't know how to do it. But what we do in the Inner Game Healing Summit is we talk about subconscious trauma. We talk about identifying the subconscious trauma and then releasing the subconscious trauma. And there's many ways to release this trauma. And this is huge with upper echelon CEOs, billionaires, multimillionaires. They go and they have these psychologists. They have these proper level people that don't just give them drugs and mask it out, but they have multiple ways to release this trauma. And when you do that, it's like a gigantic weight being taken off your shoulders and so much more. Okay. So much more. Let's go back to the video here.
Yeah.
Just an unhealthy path, right? Yeah. And so I was lucky enough to be raised into church that, you know, my mom.
And this is the 90s now at this point, because you were born in 88, right?
85.
85. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. Just so people kind of get an idea. This is before cell phones and social media and all this other stuff, you know, where kids growing up with iPads. This is before that, guys.
Right. So, that being said, I did have like a little bit of saving grace from the church because, you know, my mom was like typical mom, like, you know, there's like a meme, like it says, like, you know, there's like shows a chicken really beaten up. It's like when your mom whooped your ass in the parking lot right before you went to church. I don't know if you've ever seen that. But anyways, it was a typical thing. Like, you know, mom put on the fake face for everybody. Like, yeah, everything's good at home. Like, we're good Christians. Hi, pastor. Hey, we paid our tithes, whatever. Go home, get your ass beat.
Yeah,
right?
chaos back there.
Yeah, but it was good because I got like a semblance of kindness and like normalcy by going to church.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Right. But when I went home,
This is the meme I'm talking about. If any of you guys went to church and you grew up, you know, in like the 90s, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, this is what I'm talking about. We walking into church with mom after getting beat in the parking lot. Oh, is anybody? Am I the only one? Am I the only one whose mom beat them in the parking lot before you go into church for acting a damn fool? Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! God have mercy.
home, it was just like chaos. And like every nightmare you heard about single mother households, like 9 times out of 10, it's true.
Yeah.
So I had to deal with that, right? And then luckily there was like some male mentors in the church that like kind of saw like I was like a little like I had potential, and they took me under their wings, and like I was able to like get some self-esteem. I ended up like joining a couple of like drama committees. I ended up winning like a national championship in 2002 in New Mexico when I was 16. It was awesome. Performed in front of like 7,000 people. Got first place in the United States, and like tens of thousands of people were
lit.
We're there. And I think that was like my little bit of my saving grace, because if that wouldn't have happened, I don't know where I would be, right? But when you grow up without a dad, and you grow up as a man not knowing how to be a man, that's like the number one thing you want to think, right? You're like, how do I be a man?
Yeah.
Right. I had to teach myself how to shave. I had to teach myself how to tie a tie, right? This was before YouTube. I had to like sit there and be like,
of course, yeah.
All right, this is wrong, you know.
Yeah, YouTube, guys, just so you know, YouTube is like a fairly new like thing that is becoming so popularized. Like this did not exist. Or you could go back even 10 years ago, YouTube was not as popular as it is now. People would laugh at you if you watched YouTube tutorials back in 2010.
You guys are blessed to have YouTube and have us, because bro, when we were growing up, we didn't have
this
at all. So
gigantic shortcut.
Yeah, we had to do it the hard way. So anyways, and that's when I started to realize like it was really important for me to learn how to be a man. And it was like an insecurity. It was a complex.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I always felt, you know, like I really like Tom Brady, because he always talks about how he always had a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
I've always had a chip on my shoulder too, right?
Gotcha.
And so I think the chip can drive you, but the chip was coming from a place of deep insecurity, right? And I was kind of like, I just want to fucking show people I can do it. Like, I want to prove to these people, you know. I don't want to say it was necessarily a toxic place, but it wasn't really the healthiest place to come from. However, it did fuel me to get to where I am now.
Shout out to Brian, who just signed up for Inner Game Healing Summit. Get in.
So I always just was driven, you know, I guess it's a genetic factor or something along those lines, but I was always driven. And as I was growing up, like I didn't have like this typical blue pill story, whatever. Like I lost my virginity when I was like 24, nothing like that. I was like, I think I was left alone enough that like the system couldn't blue pill me, because I think blue pill is a luxury for people. I think
It is.
you know,
It is. It's blissful lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
like there's not a lot of blue
Awareness.
pill people in the hood. You know what I mean? Because poverty is in your face.
Yeah.
Right. And I kind of grew up the same way. So long story short, I was able to cultivate my masculinity through a series of mentors that I met in church, met a lot of charlatans, met some great people. And I was able to like build myself up to be the first person from my college, from my family to get a college degree, and then completely financed by myself.
Yep. Where'd you do undergrad?
Psychology,
Okay. At what university?
University of Central Florida.
Bam.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's a bachelor's in science, not a bachelor's in art.
Okay.
So I did that, and then you know, I had realized that despite me, this is gonna sound crazy, but it's hilarious. Despite me having all these accolades, I got my college degree. I worked at a really good company at the time, Aon Hewitt, like multi-billion-dollar company.
Sales?
My money.
No, I was a how can I say this? Like identification verification person.
Facts, Emilio. When someone has a dark triad father, it's a recipe for disaster.
Okay.
You know, I'll verify people's identities and like make sure. Basically, I like called people up and like, prove who you are. I'm going to cut your insurance.
Okay.
It's
all
pretty
right.
pretty evil job.
Yeah.
You know, but they hyped me up as to like, this is what you need to do. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, no, I don't think so. Anyways, so I had everything that, you know, society told me I needed.
How old are you at this point now?
So I was 26.
26. All right.
Right. So
Basis, when do we get access to Telegram? As soon as you sign up, it'll take you to a page that has the Telegram link, and then you can sign up right away.
I had the college degree.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I had the fancy job.
Mhm.
I had the new car.
Yep.
Right. I had everything that I needed.
This is what, 2010, right? If I'm not mistaken.
2012.
2012.
12.
This is more my origin story, but I want to skip to the inner game part. So we're at 42-minute mark here. Let's see. Okay. I think this is what I'm talking about. And again, this is what I'm talking about too. The hard reality you have to be coming to terms with. You know, this is what I talk about 23 when I was 33. How I came to the hard reality of like that.
Okay, here we are, Jonathan.
Here we go. That I was a loser. You know, you have to come to terms with it. But a lot of guys cope. They lie to themselves. I'm an entrepreneur. I have this. Hey, I'm studying copywriting or some bullshit, right? And they take a picture in a suit. They put fucking some copywriting bullshit on their profile, like, oh yeah, I'm a copywriter, right? Most copywriters are dorks, dude. Like, if the best copywriters don't dress like that. But they LARP, they pretend, and they pretend, and they pretend, but they know deep down inside they're not. But they would rather pretend to be somebody than actually do the work to be actually who they want to be. So I'll play this right here.
Always take a hard look at myself.
Here you go, take a look.
Wow.
And then ran it into the ground
Oh,
because
God.
everybody just thinks they could do what we can do.
Yeah.
They just think they can do it.
And this is before Airbnb.
If you guys have questions for me, I'm not going to derail the show unless you send a super chat with the question. So Manny Delgado, 20 Mexican pesos. When you come to Monterrey, Mexico, I don't know, bro. I already told you yesterday. I don't know. It's on the schedule, but I'm kind of in the middle of a show right now.
Is like what it is now. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You had it in the early stages.
Made it super profitable. You know, so
Hey, look who's in the chat. Justin Mark, exactly. What up, what up, what up, what up? It's crazy how MLD gets older or gets younger as the years go on. I know, right? It's funny. This is like 2 years ago. I look younger now. Appreciate you. One of the leaders in the Masculine Empowerment Network and also Inner Game Healing. Welcome in, Justin.
lost everything, injured myself in the gym, couldn't work out, broke. And at the end of 2018, I'm very real with myself, and I always take a hard look at myself. And boom, 2019 comes into play, and I sat down and I thought to myself, okay, here we are, Jonathan. So you are 2019. How old was I? 30. So I was 33 when 2019 began because my birthday is December 2nd. Shout out to all my Sagittariuses out there.
You old nigga.
I know. Fucking Grandpa MLD over here. Get me a wheelchair. 2019 rolls around. I'm 33. And I said, here's the deal, Jonathan. You're 33 years old. You're a fucking English teacher. And you're making fuck all money. You have no money saved up. You talked all this shit that you're supposed to be this YouTuber, that you're going to do this, and you're not doing it. And you are, and I don't encourage guys talking themselves like this, which I'll go into a little bit later here. But I said to myself, you are a 33-year-old loser. And if you don't change something right now.
And honestly, guys, let's be honest. You don't have to say anything in the chat, but I'm just going to ask you an honest question privately between me and you. Okay. Are you really lying to yourself about this situation you're in? Are you lying to yourself about the reality of your situation? A lot of guys sit around, as much as men like to sit around this corner of the internet and talk shit about women, about these hoes lie to themselves and these hoes ain't shit, blah, blah, blah. A lot of you guys, you sit around and you cope and you lie to yourself and you don't do the work. How do you expect to change? Nothing changes if nothing changes. Seriously, how do you expect to make a change?
This is who you are. And I don't look to blame anybody. I'll say, oh, well, because I'm not fully white, or I didn't have a dad, or because my parents pulled the fucking rug out of me from the business. I didn't look for a bunch of excuses, I just had a come to Jesus moment myself. And I said, like, dude, your life sucks and it's 100% your fault.
And you coach a lot of guys on, inner awareness, becoming better men. Tell us about that a little bit too as well.
Right. So basically that led me to starting my live stream business, and then 2019 blew up. I've made more money I've ever made my entire life. 2020 tripled what I made in 2019. 2021, for tax purposes, I'm not going to say what happened, but life is good. That being said, over these last 2 years, I had realized what plagues a lot of men, right? A lot of guys come to me because they want to get girls or they want to make money, right? And part of me had thought, like, as long as I get a fuckload of pussy and money, then I will fill like the void inside me, like this thing I'm trying to fix. You know what I mean? So at first I thought, like, if I just get really good with girls and fuck a lot of girls, then I'm going to feel like whole. Then I'm going to feel fulfilled. Then I'm going to feel like I'm the fucking man. I made it. Now I'm the man. Now I'm happy. I have arrived. Right? So I fucked like 200 plus chicks and realized, like, damn, I still don't feel like good about myself. Right?
A lot of guys too in this corner of the internet, they use women as a cope, external validation for the fact that they don't feel good. They mask it with the hunt and the high of the sexual chase.
Then I thought to myself, okay, I'm smart. It's not the pussy, it's the money. So I'll just study and focus on getting money and maximizing my money. And then from there, then I'll be happy. Then I'll have fulfillment. Then I'll be like, now I feel like the man. Now I feel okay with myself. That emptiness that I felt inside myself that I was trying to fill with women, now I could fill it with money. Made $2 million plus total money generated, 10 million plus from my network. still felt miserable. Not miserable, but like still didn't feel
You were not fully, I want to say, fulfilled at that
fulfilled,
point. Yeah.
complete, right? It's like, oh, boohoo, here I am crying in a $2,500 tracksuit, right? So, but you know, and that made me look at my community, and I realized there's two types of guys that come to me and come to you guys as well, right? And there's the guys that have good inner game and guys who have bad inner game, right? And inner game is basically your self-esteem, right? Your self-love, right? And I realized the majority of guys that came to me and had problems, they had bad self-esteem, and it usually was rooted from bad childhood, abuse. I've heard it all, man. I've heard guys being
Similar to what you went through.
worse than I went through.
Yeah.
Like a guy came to me, and told me, his sister used to rape him.
Mhm.
A guy came to me and said his father used to beat him nonstop. A guy came to me and said his brother used to rape him.
Mhm.
Like, these are things as men that are like hard to speak up about,
Of course.
right? And when you have
You're told to hold
these-
it in.
Yeah, you're told to hold it in. You're told to like don't cry and don't fucking get therapy and shit. And you should be selective with the therapy. And I'm going to talk about what I have come to conclusion so far as the best remedy for this. And I've realized that once you are able to fix this inner game issue, everything else kind of takes care of itself, right? Because the guys that come from good families, good households and stuff like that, these guys, they just need the game plan, right? Like guys like you, like,
Yeah.
you just didn't understand like the 1, 2, 3 about the red pill, the 1, 2, 3 about how to make money online,
Yep.
the 1, 2, 3 about weight loss, right?
Yep.
But if you take that same knowledge and you give it to a guy who has a broken subconscious mindset,
Yeah.
broken belief systems, broken self-esteem, broken family, it's like you're giving him like the instructions, but he can't even see the paper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're giving him a book, but he can't read English.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
He can't even see the book in
Yeah.
front of him, right? So that's what made me realize like the inner game aspect is the most important thing, right? And this ties into everything. This ties into having a poverty mindset. Because when I had started making my money in 2019, I had just inevitably felt like the money is going to run out. It is inevitable. Like poverty is coming for me like a demon.
And shout out real quick to Inhale Marty, username Inhale Marty, who just signed up for Inner Game Healing.
Right. And that was because when I was little, my mom would always be like saying, we don't have money. We don't have money. We don't have money. That was like a constant thing. And it was like emotionally charged. I remember I walked in on her one time. She was like crying on the floor with all the bills in front of her because she's like, we just don't have money. We don't have money. And I'm like a 12-year-old boy feeling like helpless. Like, and that shit like emotionally fucking makes an imprint on you.
Scars you.
So I realized that after handling my issues, I didn't realize how much that actually had catapulted me into success.
Mhm.
And I started noticing that with my community. There's a guy who is in my community and he had a great job. He was making $80 to $120,000 a year. He was solid on a fitness plan we had for him, solid on fucking dating plan we had for him, and he had a cryptocurrency plan as well. So we talked in April, and by May, he had his fitness plan in order. He had meal prep. He had all this stuff. He had started allocating money to his cryptocurrency portfolio.
Mhm.
Portfolio went up to $20,000
Nice.
pretty quickly.
And you see all these things. He's having all these good, successful things. But listen, what's happening? And look, TDK man says, "Damn crazy free knowledge here." Accelerated Grace says, "You're the only person touching on this inner game aspect without all the woo-woo magical thinking." I know. And listen, if you think this is, anything of value, bro, so much more that we're going to be covering in way more depth in the inner game healing summit. And when you join, you can be part of the conversation, because right now this is a one-sided conversation. Maybe I could read what you say in the chat. Maybe you're too embarrassed to type out what's going on with you or what's how you're feeling and whatnot. But that's why we've created the community. It's safe. You can come in there, you can talk, you can make things happen there with us. And you know, I'm telling you right now, it's life changing. But listen to this guy. He made all these improvements. He got on the fitness plan. He took his portfolio up to $20,000 cryptocurrency. He had a solid dating plan. Listen what happens.
And then he started approaching girls and making some progress. I was like, cool. I'm the fucking world's greatest coach.
Yeah, there you
Right?
go. Job done. Story over, guys.
So 1 month later, he disappears, comes back to me. He's like, man, listen, I fucked up. I started sabotaging my diet. I started sabotaging my approaches. I went to a brothel. I spent all this money on hookers and I blew all my cryptocurrency.
Damn.
Stupid. And I was just like, okay, dude, that not a good idea. Let's reassess and let's get you back on the horse. We had another game plan, another gaming session, set him up. Same thing happened again. Boom. Got his fitness going. Did approaches, actually hooked up with a girl, had sex with a girl organically.
Nice.
20K crypto portfolio again. 1 month later, disappears. Same thing happened again. I talked to him. I was like, hey, man, like, what's going on with you? Like, what's happening here? And then I started to dig a little bit about his self-esteem and these issues that he was going with. And he told me, like, when he was little, his dad used to, like, he was a traveling musician. His dad used to beat the fuck out of him. And his mom used to always, like, make fun of him and, like, just say, like, how he was a burden and, like, she really didn't want him and, like, how he ruined his life.
Damn.
He ruined her life.
Damn.
This is a 29-year-old man. Okay. And when you're born with these kind of like abusive, toxic situations, your mental makeup is tainted, right? This is like, you ever date a girl and like everything's like super cool, peaceful and calm, and like some girls can't enjoy harmony and peace, like they have to fuck it up. They have to make drama.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they grew up in a toxic, dramatic, chaotic upbringing.
Yeah.
Right?
Chaos is their norm. And when you start to give them peace and you start to give them happiness, you got to start to give them love and all these things, right? They start to feel uncomfortable. Okay. You know what? Here's a good test of somebody. If you can give them an honest compliment and they feel uncomfortable taking it, that's a sign of somebody who has broken inner game. Okay. And that's what happens when you try to make these girls who are hoes. Like when you start, this is the thing. This is the danger about fucking girls who are hoes. Okay. If you have sex with a girl who's a liar and she's a hoe or she has hoe tendencies, you're going to start building an emotional connection to her, especially if you're hitting it raw. And then you both are going to start chemically falling in love. And then now you're attached to a woman who is a broken individual. And she's doing all this broken shit. And because you're emotionally attached to her, now you suffer as well. There's a big unfilled gap there that nobody wants to talk about on the red pill area. And shout out to G. I think I know who that is. Is that you? Is that the man in the chat right there? Shout out to codename G. I know who you are. G is in the house. He just signed up for Inner Game Healing. But this is true right here. With these girls, they will sabotage the relationship because they're not used to being taken care of. They're not used to peace. They're not used to harmony. They're used to having these emotional flare-ups because they're reliving their childhood.
And so when we're children, we learn these subconscious programs, right? Because people think the conscious mind runs everything. No, it's the subconscious mind, right? And so these programs, we are inevitably slaves to them. And if you have a healthy one, it's inevitable for you to succeed.
Yeah, okay, dipshit. So Can Man says, okay, name one person who doesn't have baggage, trauma, or generational trauma. There's a lot of people like that. We live in an era, bro. So what are you going to do? You're going to sit there and fucking have your life suck? I'm offering a solution here, you fucking dipshit. Are you too stupid to realize that? What kind of dumb comment is this? You fucking middle-class moron. This is why your life is shit. Because you ask stupid questions like this. Fucking idiot.
Seed.
Yeah.
You have an unhealthy one, it's inevitable for you to fail. This is why people are addicted to drugs.
Yep.
This is why dudes simp. This is why girls become turbo whores. This is why people have sexual problems. This is why guys have approach anxiety. This is why people have gambling problems. Like, this is the root of all toxicity, poison, and shit that destroys your life. This is the root of it all.
Yep.
And over these last 2 years, I realized, because my body language mastery program is phenomenal, right? My coaching courses are phenomenal. And I have had tons of success with my students to know that they work. But I noticed that there's a certain subset of guys that were consistently failing. And after I interviewed every one of these guys, some of these guys have some sort of childhood-based trauma
Take my money.
that has psychologically scarred them into believing that A, they're not good enough, that they're broken, that they're bad, that they're somehow inevitably doomed to fail. And this is I discovered this in like I started to understand this in July this year, and then I really started fucking like digging deep into it in like October and November and December as well.
And I want to say this too, because we had talked about this a few months ago, and we're going to bring you on the show, and you were really excited to talk about this. And I think this is like really important and fantastic, because I was there in those calls.
Yeah.
And those Zoom calls, because what he does, guys, is he brings guys in, and he has experts in different fields, guys that are good at trade, guys that are good at fitness, guys that are good at career development, guys that are good with money, guys that are good with cryptocurrency. Basically, has a network of guys that are really good at certain things, and they come in and they do certain presentations. I used to do the fitness presentation, and and it's a fantastic community. And there was always this group of guys that would like fail. They just didn't get it, or it just couldn't match up for them or whatever. And, we would do the, typical guy thing, like, hey, stop being a pussy. You can do this, blah, blah, blah. And, it takes someone to really be able to like have some real introspection, like look and be like, you know what? Why are these guys failing? Ask them, hey, what's going on? And then you dig a little bit deeper and you figure out, okay, the foundation is fucked up.
Yeah.
That's why the tree can't grow.
Yeah. I want to ask the chat, do I sound completely crazy, or am I making sense? One, if I'm making sense. Two, if I'm crazy.
Emily's spitting so many
No,
facts.
chat's
This
loving
is
it right
profound.
now.
I'm taking notes.
Chat's
Chat's
loving
awesome.
this.
You're going to see a bunch of ones coming right now.
Emily cares more about guys than anything else.
Bunch of ones coming in right now.
There you
Yeah,
go.
okay.
Yeah,
Because
and this is why we have him on the show,
Oh,
guys.
Twitch.
Yep.
Because it starts off, guys come to you, I just want to get laid, or I want to make some money, or I want to get in shape.
Yeah.
But then I love how you added, because we always used to say money, muscles, game.
Yeah.
Now it's frame.
Yeah.
Frame
So
is the
this
most
the
important.
fourth and most important part, which
is the most important component. Crazy Bread $5 super chat says, I've also been saying the same thing. I'm a 30-year-old loser. Well, you got to be realistic, but also don't call yourself a loser. It's like a fine line, right? And it's just, what you need to do, and you need to improve and get better. Anyways, what can I do to prepare for the webinars next week? Buy a notebook and set aside time. Make sure everything's all charged up, your laptop, all that jazz, headphones, and set aside, excuse me, I would say set aside 4 to 5 hours per webinar. Usually webinars go about 4 hours minimum, 2 hours presentation time, and the Q&As are long. And they're heavy as hell, bro. But it's so good. It's so worth it. Brienne Solace, $5 super chat. Appreciate you. A bunch of ones in the chat for some reason. I don't know. Somebody's starting to poll without me. Next thing I do is, yeah, here, peace equals boring to damaged women. Exactly. I remember seeing a video where someone even get off sexually to being beat up. Crazy stuff, man. Yeah, it's getting caught in the trauma. You know what I mean? Why are you guys putting ones in the chat? I have no idea what's going on. Oh, because of the fashion. Okay.
the mindset. So, okay, so you figured this out, that a lot of guys are broken.
Right. And so I'm going to read some examples, and I'm going to use myself as an example because I used to have this, right? So what this is called is toxic shame, right?
And this is huge. Toxic shame is what a lot of people are suffering with.
So toxic shame works like this. And this is what I personally believed about myself when my brand was taking off 2019. I didn't realize even in my 30s, I still had this toxic shame about myself. So I would literally think like the people who liked me were losers. I thought so. Like I thought, for example, use Myron. I thought the reason you were just communicating with me and working with me is because you just wanted to learn from me and you wanted to use me as like a come up. That's what I literally thought. And I thought everybody who liked me, they just had some kind of ulterior motive or ulterior agenda. And that no matter what, like it was never because I was a good person. It was never because I brought enough value to the table. It was because it was any reason other than lifting me up was a good.
you don't see value in yourself. At that time, I didn't see value in myself. I didn't realize. I just thought everybody was out to use me, and I just thought that people had an ulterior motive. It's a big, heavy concept to really stomach there.
Good enough reason.
Wow.
Right.
Hold
What's
on.
that called? Toxic what?
Toxic shame.
Wow.
And it's
Okay.
funny. I felt that, which is why I told you. I don't know about John. This is behind the scenes, but like, I was like, bro, there's something. I don't know if he's your friend or not, but like, there's something there that like is blocking like a full connection, and that's it right there.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I thought to myself too, the people who dislike me, those are the smart ones because they can see the real me. The people who hated me, the chicks that rejected me, like getting rejected, I was like, okay, like she sees who I really am. I am this loser. I am this guy that's not good enough. You know what I mean? Here's some more examples. I thought that the women who liked me were just like low SMV, stupid, naive, like girls who like loved me, girls who like did huge things for me, right? You know, I had a problem with the Swift banking system transferring money from America to Japan.
Mhm.
And I couldn't get my studio for where I currently live. And Miss MLD at the time, she let me borrow $27,000.
Holy
She
shit.
paid for it up front.
Damn.
And I thought to myself, well, she's just like a naive, dumb girl. That's why she's doing it. Not because she loved me, not because I was good enough, not because I was worthy, not because I was like a good man, but like because, you know, something was wrong with her because she loved me. Right? Guys do this too, right? They fucking, the girls that treat them really, really, really well, they treat those girls like shit. Because at the end of the day, those guys really hate themselves. They don't feel like they're good enough. So they see somebody that loves them and appreciates them, but they don't love and appreciate themselves. So they're like, this bitch must be dumb because why would she like a fucking loser like me? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And those were my things. And I'm like the leader. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Takes a
So-
lot of guts to come on here and like admit like, hey
Facts.
guys, I'm not perfect either. And these are some things that I was dealing with. And it's interesting because Fresh is very good at reading people. And he was like, dude, son's off with John, man. Like there's something there. And I mean, shit, I can't believe that we're even talking about this openly on the podcast right now.
But it's funny because like I read
But,
people very
yeah.
well, and then when I met your person, I was like, okay, he's actually not an asshole. He just is very protective of himself, and he wants to make sure people around him are actually real people and genuine people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because I've been burned a lot in life, you know.
Yeah, of
so
course.
I'm like, you know, I'm like that fucking little chihuahua that's like,
Yeah.
you know.
And now that I've heard your entire story from the beginning, you know what I mean? From
yeah,
being a child and getting punched in the face and seeing blood go into the wall, that's a profound effect on your mental psyche. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm sure you could
Oh, yeah.
probably remember it right now,
Yeah,
vividly.
yeah,
You
like a
know,
Jackson
and
Pollock.
exactly. and then you know, and then you go through the trials and tribulations of a single parent household. Your mom not really, you're creating a stable environment, chaos everywhere, no masculine figure. You trying to figure it out on your own,
Yeah.
going over to a foreign country to try to figure it out, failing multiple times, going
Yeah.
back to Hawaii, then coming back. Like it all makes sense now. And then
Yeah.
you thought to yourself, like, hell, well, any girl that deals with me or any guy that deals with me, they're dealing with me for their own personal reasons. I'm not really worthy of this good treatment that I'm getting from them.
Yeah, and
And,
I want to go into
Yeah, continue.
I want to
please.
go into more because I made a list of all the
Yeah,
things,
yeah.
right? Because
Guys-
Edward says, have to agree, Miss MLD. Have to disagree, MLD. Men who finally find a girl they like treat them like shit because unfortunately, that's what they respond to. Bro, you have no experience with women, bro. You're a fucking clown. You're a fucking clown, bro. You just like guys who know game and understand women. No offense, Edward. You have a fucking that is a toxic outlook on life, and you need to get your ass into fucking inner game healing, bro. That is toxic, and that shows me that you're more on the side of simp than you more on the side of fucking guy that understands women. Okay, but no, dude. Okay, and again, you're just buying into that toxic. You're a guy that's damaged. A guy like you is damaged when you say shit like this. Obviously, the details matter, especially your self-esteem. But we all learn the same thing, and it's not no saying for a reason. Nice guys finish last. No, bro. You don't understand what you're talking about. You're a fucking clown, bro, and you're damaged. I know some girl definitely snapped your heart in half if you think that you just need to go through life and treat women like shit, and that's the only way that you can get in a relationship with them. Okay, and that shows me, like I said earlier on the shows, the quality of woman that you consistently attract is a direct representation of you. Okay. So the fact that you just said that, Edward, you just outed yourself. And this is why I'm an inner game master, because I can see the trauma in you. And you guys got to realize when you have these trauma and somebody can see this shit, you're steady snitching on yourself. And you just snitched on yourself, bro. That's really sad to fucking read those words, man. It's extremely sad, actually, bro. I hope you get better. You need to sign up for Inner Game Healing. You need to get your ass in there.
It's like the video.
Yeah.
Like the video, man.
Like the goddamn video, because this is important
We all
stuff.
have 1 point,
man.
AK like, by
Yeah.
the way.
No, I told you I was bringing the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing. Look, I guys, you have to understand. I seriously do not care what people think about me.
No, Miss G Money, will I getting email? No, you skipped the page, G Money. Come on, buddy. You're a moderator. You skipped the page. Literally, you click the button that says sign up here, you pay, and then it takes you to the next page where it says, don't skip this page. Don't skip this page. This is where the Telegram chat is. So just wait. I'll get you in there. But goodness gracious, G Money, come on. Come on.
Because I know what I'm doing is a good and honest work.
Yeah.
And I've realized from my
And this stands true. I'm gonna make a point here. Listen, because like I said, at the end of the day, right? People can run their mouth because that's all. The people who can't produce solutions, you know what they do? They run their mouths, right? And people could say whatever they want to say at the end of the day, but I know what I can do. And I am fucking one of the best men's coaches in the world. There is nobody near my level. Okay. When you talk about the core 4 money muscles game frame and getting your shit together, there's nobody better than me. Nobody. Period. My coaching services are seriously the cream of the crop. And I know the good work that I do. And that's why my brand is fucking taking off. That's why I'm just hitting my stride. In August of 2022, I decided to give a shit about subscriber count. And now here we are at what, 204,000 subscribers, something like that. I don't know. I'll be at 1 million soon. I'll be at 1 million soon. You know what the losers are going to still do? Still going to be doing this. Yep. Talk. Because that's all they can do. Because if they could do what I could do, they would be here doing it, but they can't. So you got to watch at home and run your mouth because that's all you can do. Talky. We already see what this happens when you confront these people in real life. Losers lose. That's what they do. Anyways, let's go back to the show.
I told you I was bringing the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing. Look, I guys, you have to understand. I seriously do not care what people think about me because I know what I'm doing is a good and honest work. And I've realized from my own personal experience, I'm a multi-million-dollar earner. Okay. I've slept with hundreds of girls. And every guy thinks my life's going to be better if I get more pussy and more money.
Nope.
And it's not.
That's true.
It's not the answer. And I'm not going to come to Jesus on the podcast or anything, but I'm telling you, like, the real answer is healing your inner trauma and your inner fucking toxic shame issues. Because the thing is, in America, that shit is so prevalent because America is like ground zero for broken families.
Yeah.
You know, that's why you're so normal and like well adjusted because your father loved you, your mother loved you.
Yeah. I came from a very strong family.
Yeah.
My parents are still together to this day.
Yes. And that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And that now as an adult, I can like look back and you know what's funny? I didn't call my parents until I was 30 years old to tell them thank you for being good parents. Because that's when it hit me like, damn, everyone I'm around is fucked up.
Yeah.
Here in the West. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have parents, they don't have a father figure. You know, and now I know why my parents worked so hard to make sure I didn't hang out with losers, make sure I didn't do drugs. They pushed me towards to be good in school and everything else like that. And that was all
American chicks.
Exactly, dude. My mom told me as a young kid, never marry an American woman. You know what I'm saying? I was like, Mom, what the fuck is wrong with you? Not saying that the American women are bad, but like I get where she was coming from as far as like foundational situations because of so many broken families that come from the West in general. And this isn't just the United States, guys. This is a worldwide problem. John coaches guys all over the world, from Australia, England, New Zealand. We got guys all over the place.
Japan.
In the Masculine Empowerment Network. And guys, this is a global problem. So sorry, go ahead, continue, John.
No, so I just want to talk about some other reasons.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's some other things that I would do, and I've noticed were common with other guys. I'm gonna talk about men first, I'm gonna talk about women, right? You know, guys will constantly go after guys constantly chase the girl that really is never satisfied with them, because what they're doing is they're recreating that childlike situation where they're constantly chasing after their mother or father's approval. Does it make sense to you?
Yeah, no,
You
absolutely
know
makes
what I'm
sense.
saying?
Yeah,
Like the
yeah,
girl is like, and that's why I'm not
A lot of people like to they think they need to fight for love. They need to fight for it because they had to fight to get their father's attention. They needed to fight to get their mother's attention. They needed to fight. How many times have you met a girl that was just like such an uncontrollable liar because she lived with an oppressive parent who was always intimidating them and saying like, what did you do? What did you do? Why did you do that? This is terrible. Why did you do that? And they start developing these lies as a kind of coping mechanism as a survival technique, and that's why you'll see a lot of girls chase after guys that ignore them, right? But when you look deeper at that girl who's chasing the guy that ignoring him, all she's doing is recreating her childhood where her father didn't love her or didn't give her attention, where she was always like, daddy, I need love, daddy, I need care, and he was always absent, never there. They've done studies too that just by a father being present alone reduces the girl's probability of being promiscuous, become a stripper, reduces anxiety, reduces depression, just by the father being present. This is why the father is the most critical component of a family. A lot of people say the mother is. No, the father is the most critical, important part of a family, because the father is the provider and the protector. He will provide for the family and he'll protect the family so they can have a little ecosystem that they can grow and thrive in as a family. But as soon as that component's missing, look at the data. It's funny thing too, with single father households, the data about the children is indistinguishable from families that are intact. But single mother households are just like literally criminal producing, slut producing households.
Like, I'm not trying to fucking harp on women too much, but this is why you see girls who are always saying like, well, I want a guy that makes like 6-figure salary, 6 foot tall, 6-pack abs, right? And if a guy doesn't meet these requirements, then I can't feel complete and loved by this guy. But she's empty inside, and she thinks that a man is going to be the one to
Complete her.
fulfill her, complete her. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a deep issue, and this is why I know this girl in Japan, and like she's a good-looking girl, but every guy, she always finds something wrong with him. And she's a beautiful girl. She's 30, right? And every single guy, she just finds one thing wrong with him and like dismisses him. And then she goes out, gets fucked a bunch by a bunch of dudes, finds one guy, sticks to him for a little bit, tears him apart.
This guy's about to get, if he thinks the first 18 minutes of this is good, wait until this comes.
Same cycle. I've been watching her do this for a while now.
Damn.
And what she doesn't realize she's doing is like,
shout out to Trisha Crone. She says, love your content. Men are getting shit on. Women need to hear this as well. All have a toxic backstory. All need to heal in order to have a healthy relationship. Fire content, get your power back. Yeah, exactly. The United States is the nation of broken people. Okay. And this guy says, as a guy who was raised by a single mother, I always believed that the father is crucial, especially if you're a boy, and used to blame all things I misunderstood and wasn't told on that fact. Very true. Very true. Very, very true. Are you with the one, bro? I'm actually single. First time I've been single in fucking 6 years. Recently, newly single, and I'm just taking time back, bro. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. This is just personal. I'll just give you this little personal take. I was on a date last night with a girl. She's a cute girl, man. She like looks like Asian Kim Kardashian. Half Thai, half Japanese, very into me. I just went on it. I don't know even why I went. But like, I'm just so not interested in chicks right now. I just like need to decompress and fucking restructure and rebuild. I'm just like, I just need some time to be single. Cause like I said, I was with Miss MLD and then I went from her straight to this other chick. And then that chick, I had to get rid of her. And so now I'm here. I'm just chilling. I'm single. I'm focusing on myself too with inner game healing, bro. I'm there with you guys. I'm there with you guys. So, this is why are you not married? I did make a mistake to not get married to, I think, Miss MLD, but it is what it is. I just made a mistake with her. So now I just got to take a little time to sit aside and recoup, heal, and you know what I mean? Get back out there. Bro, I'm the man. I'm going to get another hot, beautiful woman. It's not a fucking stay in the life, bro. Day in the life.
One, she's like destroying herself by getting ran through like that, like emotionally, physically, like the risks go through the roof. Two, sorry to say, but like it is what it is.
Extra Guac says, is it wrong to reach back out to a woman that was good to you, but you ditched her by mistake? No, if you want to do it, do it. It's all on you.
But guys don't like a girl who's been ran through. They just don't.
Yeah.
It's just
biological.
It's just fucking biology.
Yeah.
Right.
Is getting Miss MLD back not an option? Not. She slept with another dude. She chased me for a year and like 6, 7, 8 months, and I just didn't do it. And then, finally, some other good women get scooped up, bro. She got scooped up like that. So we're still friends, though. I still love her. I love her to this day. We still text. I'll always love her. I have no bad feeling in my heart for that girl whatsoever. I feel bad for what I did. So, but once they sleep with another guy, for me, that's the kiss of death. I can't do it. I don't know about you guys, but I can't do that. D. Duran says, wife and I just separated. I can understand needing time to be alone, brother. Yeah, exactly. It's just big. I mean, yeah, dude, the last girl I was with was just a handful, and I went through a lot of shit when I was very tolerant of a lot of shit, but, I just got to the point that like I literally am a guy that I deserve a fucking fantastic woman. I've done so much work and stuff, and but it was, like I said, it was a learning experience, and I learned a lot. So no, I could get her back. I don't want her back though. I don't want her back because she slept with another guy. So haram. Sorry, bro. Ladies, if you break up with a guy and you fuck another dude, forget about it. He's gonna look at you like a dirty hoe. So control your vaginas. Right?
And she's getting older.
Yeah. And then see, she's running out of time, right? And the thing is, when you're not good enough for yourself, no one else will be good enough for you. People are constantly saying, I need to find someone who completes me. I need to find someone who's my soulmate, my twin flame, my whatever, right?
Yeah.
You're the only person that can make yourself feel complete. So that's the best thing, because if you're listening to me right now, like you can make yourself feel whole. You can, find the inner peace that you want. And what I tell the men is like, you want to find the inner peace so that you become like the sun, right? The sun is the center of the galaxy.
Yep.
And the sun is powerful and the sun is majestic. The sun doesn't chase the earth. The sun doesn't chase the moon. The sun doesn't chase the stars. Everything revolves around the sun and its majesty. You know what I mean? So you got to be the sun. You got to be your own personal sun. You got to be strong. You got to be magnetic. You got to be powerful. And you have to be able to hold yourself down by yourself, because you are the sun. You're the center of your own universe. And you'll attract everything that you need in your life if you maintain that philosophy. But in order to be a sun that burns bright, you need to fix your inner game. You need to heal your trauma. You need to face your fucking demons. A lot of guys don't face their demons. They face them at the bottom of a bottle. They face them at the end of a bag. Strippers, prostitute, food is a huge one. Number one way people self-soothe is through food. I think that's a big reason why we have a obesity problem in America, is because a lot of people self-medicate through food.
When you're depressed, you eat ice cream, you eat fattening food.
It's the fastest way to cure anxiety is eating food. And it's the most readily available. It's just boom, there, you can eat it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I had a couple more notes and then we can. So here.
No, continue, man.
Shout out to Palms and Tom's mom, 92. I first saw you, whatever podcast. I respect what you're doing. Whoever you end up with is very fortunate. Thank you so much. That's very nice of you. If you're hot, it means even more to me. So thank you so much. Would love to sign up, but got fired 2 days ago. Not sure to spend the money on the course now. Bro, this is the best time to spend the money, bro. If you got free time and you got, bro, it's $297. If $297 is going to financially cripple you, you got bigger problems to worry about. But dude, I assure you, especially if you have this time off right now, dude, the webinars that we're about to drop on Monday, Dude, again, guys, remember, Inner Game Healing Summit is closing in a few hours. But if you do not get in, look at all this you're going to miss out on. And guys, again, I want to tell you, this is just quarter one. You still get quarter 2, 3, and 4. You're making an investment for the rest of the year. And the Telegram chat goes all the way until April 1st next year. So the Inner Game Healing Summit here again, day 1, Monday, April 10th, the mental framework for success. That's me, MLD. Day 2, on identifying your inner game problems. Day 3, how to heal your core trauma at home. Day 4, mastering your inner game for abundance and dating and success. And day 5, understanding frame and self-talk. And let me just show off right now, okay? Mark my words. Mark my words. Everybody's going to start doing this. Everybody's going to start copying me. I start talking about frame. Everybody starts talking about frame. I start talking about inner game. Already these other podcasts are copying me. They have like the Inner Game podcast. They're just copying my name because you know what? They can always copy the recipe, but they can never copy the sauce. That's why I'm here and they're there. But it's okay. I'm a benevolent giver. I am a benevolent leader. You can copy me. It's okay. I'm making the better world for us. You can copy me because I know you don't have any originality, and that's fine. But mark my words, I'm 5 to 7 years ahead of the fucking rest of the manosphere. They'll catch up like they always do, but I'm the real trendsetter. My day in the sun is coming. You'll see, boys. You'll see. Mark my words. Mark my words. Let's just rewind this a little bit. You got to be your own personal sun. You got to be strong. You got to be magnetic. You got to be powerful. And you have to be able to hold yourself down by yourself because you are the sun. You're the center of your own universe. And you'll attract everything that you need in your life if you maintain that philosophy. But Charles, hey bro, listen, don't diss Pearl. Pearl, the reason I have 200,000 subscribers is directly because of Ali, Real Femme Sapien, and Pearl. They're the one who put me in connect with their YouTube genius guy who's been running my consultancy for this channel growth. So don't shit on Pearl. Pearl is my fucking friend. Pearl is not a dirty hoe. She is an awesome person, and she's doing a gigantic net positive for everybody in this corner of the internet. Okay, so don't shit on Pearl over here. None of you. Pearl is fucking awesome. She's a fucking decent, good girl. In order to be a sun that burns bright, you need to fix your inner game. You need to heal your trauma. You need to face your fucking demons. A lot of guys don't face their demons. They face them at the bottom of a bottle. They face them at the end of a bag. Strippers, prostitute, food is a huge one. Number one way people self-soothe is through food. I think that's a big reason why we have an obesity problem in America, is because a lot of people self-medicate through food.
When you're depressed, you eat ice cream, you eat fattening food.
It's the fastest way to cure anxiety is eating food. And it's the most readily available. It's just boom, there, you can eat it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I had a couple more notes and then we can. So here.
No, continue, man. This is really important stuff. Guys, like the goddamn video, man. Y'all ain't getting this kind of content anywhere else, man. So like the video, man. Support the channel and go subscribe to John Modern Life Dating.
And we got a show right after with some girls as well.
Yes.
In the studio, so it should be pretty dope.
Yes,
ladies. Right now.
Yeah, ladies are in the studio right now, so don't worry, guys.
So here's some things I've noticed too. The biggest problem with relationships right now is frame, right? Due to this like epidemic of internally broken people, women have too many standards and men have none.
I like that one.
We can't have any.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, women have too many standards because they just feel like, because the majority of people in America, it's sad to say, but it is what it is. They are broken.
Yeah.
50% of divorced households.
Shout out to Thomas R., who just signed up for the Inner Game Healing Summit. Listen, the army just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. We're like 210 people right now, guys. This is only going to get bigger and better. Join us now, bro. Join a real community of real men who are doing the real hardest work. This is harder than going to the gym. This is harder than having $1 million business. This is harder than dating multiple women. Going inside and facing your demons is the most masculine thing you can do. And once you slay that demon inside you, you're going to naturally rise up to a whole new level. Okay? Right? And that's assuming
the other 50% is functional, which they're not. They're just
Yeah.
staying together and broken.
Exactly. Yep.
So I would say probably 75% of
Or they're
people-
separated, but they don't file the divorce.
right.
Yeah.
That happens a lot.
I would say probably about 75%, 80% of people in America have like some serious inner game subconscious problems going on.
I agree.
And
It
it-
stems from the family.
It's the real pandemic. And it doesn't help when you have like all this stuff, the media being brainwashing the chicks. Like one thing I noticed when I watch Japanese media versus American media, like relationship turmoil is so common in American dramas, movies.
Yeah.
Like you don't see that in like Korean dramas. You don't see that in like Japanese films. You don't see that in Chinese stuff. A lot of that stuff is banned in China.
Mm.
Right. So you have all this stuff brainwashing you into thinking it's the norm, but
Yeah.
it's really not.
Making men look like bumbling idiots. You look at American sitcoms, The Friends.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Is a part of that. You know, The Simpsons. Homer looking like an
Simpson,
idiot.
Peter
Martin.
Griffin.
Martin. Yeah. You know, it's like
Yeah.
the man is an idiot, a bumbling retard, for lack of a better term, and the woman is the one that understands and figures out the problems. But that's just not the way the real world works, man.
Not at
Men
all.
lead, women follow.
Men are very feminine.
Yeah.
And women are more masculine. So
Exactly.
over the role is crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, go ahead.
The bullshit that people say, like, you know, a single mother family can do just as equally as well as a 2-parent household. It's fucking the biggest bullshit I've ever heard in my life. I've lived it. I lived it enough to tell you it's a fucking lie. And I've
Yeah, you
seen
had
it.
2 women in the house, and they couldn't do anything.
Yeah, and then that was even with Aunt Millie there for a little bit. Even with my mom alone, it was still chaos.
Yeah.
It was super chaos.
Mm.
I want to talk about simping too. Okay, and then this is what I wrote. I wrote this down the other day when I was taking notes for the story, and I'm just going to read it out loud. And it says, "The heart of simping is an epidemic of broken men that don't feel good enough as they are, so they think they need to compensate for their lack by providing additional value, financial services, works of how can I say this?
Acts of service.
Acts of service. Thank you.
Mhm.
That they just feel by doing this to the girl,
Walt is so smart. I love him.
for the girl, this will then give them the fulfillment that they want, and also the girl the fulfillment that she wants. But it really just creates an endless cycle of misery for both parties.
Damn.
You know, and
True.
It's and that's the thing. The best thing a guy.
Hey, shout out to my homie Ridoku. Love you, big guy. Glad to have you in here. Hey, listen. You know I have eyes and ears everywhere. And I see you defending me in the Pulse Chain Sacrifice Telegram chat. Real recognizes real, buddy. Love you.
Can do for himself is like one, like learn to love yourself. And I don't mean this like a hippie woo-woo kind of way,
Mhm.
but like legit love yourself as a man. Have like, you know, how many guys honestly, like, because I think it's so true. A lot of people are really insecure when you give them a compliment.
Yeah.
They feel like, what is this guy up to?
Mhm.
You know, like why, like what?
Hey, real recognizes real. We'll get on Zoom and I'll show you the full video of Mac losing his fucking shit in the streets of Tokyo.
You know, like
What does he want from me?
what does he want from me, right? Mike Tyson was talking about that with Cuz Yamato in the 2008 documentary called Tyson. Cuz Yamato used to always tell Mike Tyson when he was little, because Cuz Yamato was understanding of the power of the subconscious mind, and he would always tell him like, you know, Mike, you're the best, you're a champ, you're the best ever, Mike. You're the greatest. You're number one. And Mike was like, yo, is this guy gay? Is he trying to have sex with me? He's like, I don't understand. He's like, but this is verbatim from the documentary. He said, you know, I didn't understand what this guy was doing, but he kept me off the streets. All I had to do is train boxing, and he would give me food and a place to sleep. So I said, fuck it, it's better than being in streets. But he didn't know that Cuz was preparing him for down the road to become the youngest heavyweight championship title holder in the world.
Yeah.
And that's the tragic thing is, after Cuz fucking died, that's when Mike Tyson's
spiral
career went straight down.
I did not know that.
because he taught him, but he didn't like impart the teachings in him. You know what I mean? And it's all about the subconscious mind.
Gave him the fish, but he didn't teach him how to fish, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he was able to eat while he was alive, but as soon as he died, bam, starvation. And that's when he got the rape case. He got
Yeah.
the criminal charges filed against him.
Yeah.
Started losing fights.
Yeah.
started getting taken advantage of. You know, the reason, when Mike Tyson lost his fight against Buster Douglas, I'll tell you guys a little backstory, and we'll go back to this real quick. So he lost that fight in Tokyo, Japan, and the Japanese knew, like, that if Mike Tyson lost in Tokyo, it would be huge, right? When he fought Buster Douglas. So you know what they did? The fucking fight promoters and shit, they were sending tons and tons and tons of sexy women to Mike Tyson's hotel room. And he was having sex with all these women and getting all fucking drained and out of focus for the fight. And then he went out and he got his ass knocked out by fucking Buster Douglas. Thank you so much for the 12 Mexican pesos. He says, enjoying the content and continue learning from MLD. Blessings. All the bad people came into,
Yep.
and that's what I'm talking about. Like when you become super rich, successful, and famous guy, that's when those high level predatory women come after you.
Even other men too, they'll see what you got going on and say, yo, bro, I can help you with this, help you with that. Really, they just want to sabotage what you got going on. Yeah. So guys too.
So that's the thing I've come to realizing, like, is the inner game and healing these like subconscious negative belief systems that we have, because these things control you and like you can't escape it. So we're coming up with a way to like mass reach people now, and like we're developing it, because I realized like this goes down, like, you guys had Sterling Cooper on the show before, right?
Yeah, of course.
So, Sterling's
Sterling's a great guy, and he would tell you like some guys he just can't coach with helping them get better sexually because they have a mental block. That's subconscious trauma.
Yeah. Okay.
Guys who choke when they have approach anxiety. Remember Ryan Apollo?
Yeah.
He's been working on himself so hard. Dude has gone from being paralyzed at Hot Dude Con Phoenix to talk to girls to now he has a girl that he's in a relationship with.
Okay. Awesome.
His side is open, her side is closed.
Nice.
And he's has every like deficit you can think. He's
short.
He's short.
Remember that was a big one.
He's Indian looking.
He's in Austin.
He's in he's not white. He's not super rich. Whatever fucking checklist these people want to make. And he has a girl like completely in his frame, like simping to him.
Yep.
Who is
It's
happy.
Exactly.
There you go.
When women simp for a guy that they like, they're happy. When you're a guy and you're simping for a chick, you're gonna be miserable.
Yep.
I'm telling you.
And he did it through working on himself. With the what we come up with so far is like, it's called hypnotherapy. So hypnotherapy is when you put yourself in a hypnotized state, in the sense that you relax your subconscious, you relax your conscious mind, so your subconscious mind can come to the top, right? And then you start revealing these pain points in your past that are embedded in your subconscious mind, and you heal them by talking through them. And a lot of people, I happened to me, I had done a lot of these therapy sessions where I just like started bawling and crying during the therapy sessions. But when I was done, I swear to God, I felt like 15 pounds lighter. And the next day, like, I just felt like a fucking darkness was like peeled away from my perception.
Yes, TJ.
Reality. My money has gone up. I've been attracting way hotter girls, not even trying, right? It's something about your energy. It's something about your subconscious aura, your how you subcommunicate these things.
Yep.
That just projects like more wholeness and more completeness, that allows you to attract higher quality women, attract higher quality business partners, more money. I mean, you name it. It's fucking through
and
the
also
roof.
just add to that.
And it also, I'll tell you this, when you do these work and you like release these traumas and you get rid of this stuff, it really reduces sexual thirst. Like your thirst for women goes away. And then also you'll start to notice that, like, when you meet unattractive women in regards to their behavior, you're turned off by it. Like, no offense to this girl last night, she's young or whatever, but I was on a date with this girl last night, and she's like, I was just like, so what do you like, what makes you happy? And she was like, drinking alcohol. I like to go out in clubs and party. And in my mind, I was like, okay, like, I'm just completely not interested at all. Like, I just, like, every hope that this chick had to ever like be something with me was just like, nope. And she's fucking gorgeous, man. She's gorgeous. She was dating some fucking celebrity soccer player and shit before, and but for me, I was just like, check, please. No, thank you. Because when you start, like I said, when you clean your inner game out and you clean up your vibe and you raise your vibe, you raise your vibrational energy, you raise your aura, you just communicate in a cleaner, happier way. Your subcommunications are clear, your subconscious mind is cleaner. You start to, like, when you're around people that are like dirty vibes, dirty energy, bad habits, toxic, a gossip, all those things, you don't want to be around that anymore. It doesn't matter how hot they are, how rich they are, whatever. You just want to protect your peace. You want to protect your mind. You want to protect your energy. And I heard that. And dude, I tell you that I would guarantee 99% of the chat would like to sleep with this chick. But for me, it was just like, no thanks. No offense. Go drink alcohol. Do whatever you gotta do. But no, thank you. No, thank you. I'm protecting my peace.
Even your current relationships in life, like your friends, your family, you can build better friendships, because at that point, now you have freedom to be who you really are. So that's important.
Yep. And then to top it off too, is the more you level yourself up, inadvertently you start pushing away people who don't need to be in your life.
Facts.
You don't even
We've
try.
been having to do that all year.
You don't even try, right? So hypnotherapy is what we've come to conclusion so far. I don't believe in drugging people up. I'm not a psychiatrist, so I'm not going to say anything about that, but I don't think they really have people's best intentions in mind, because with this hypnotherapy stuff we've done, this is what we've done with guys in the community. Guys have lost hundreds of pounds. Guys have made millions of dollars. Guys have gone from having zero sales performance to being a top 10 in their company. Guys have gone from virgin to having sex with like 50 plus girls in 1 year. Okay. Guys have fucking gone from failing certification tests after certification tests after certification tests to like knocking out 7 a year. I can't.
Yep, they are recordings. We're recording. So we're not recording the Q&A because it's just too sensitive for a lot of the guys. But we are recording everything, uploading it on Vimeo, and then putting it in the Telegram chat for like immediate access to, like, literally as soon as they're done, as soon as Zoom processes the recording and it's on the device, we just upload it to Vimeo. I have fiber optic internet because I'm rich, and that shit will be uploaded, like, dude, within, I don't know, 1 to 2 hours after the fucking webinar is over. So it'll all be stored in the Telegram database as well. So yes, it will. Absolutely will be.
Just blindly mark this as coincidence.
Yeah, of course.
So we're at the very beginning of this development, but I've realized, because my number one goal is to help men. And
Hey-o, I think I just know who signed up. Our homeboy, Mr. Integrity himself, bro. That's how I know. This shout out to homeboy right here, Reduk. You know he's a real one? He's got Vegeta. This is me. Sorry, guys. If you like Goku, you're not a real one. Sorry. Goku is fucking... And the only reason Goku won versus Vegeta is because the goddamn writers. But in every other alternate universe, when there's a man obsessively possessed to be number one, like Vegeta is, Vegeta wins every time. Every single time. Okay. So I've heard it too many times. You're gonna have to look into hypnotherapy. Dude, that's what we do in the Inner Game Healing Summit. Get in there. We're gonna talk about that, man. We are going to talk about that. Get in there. Yes, Mohammed, Abdi, Naruto's great too. Naruto Shippuden is a big reason why I am the way I am, because everybody was shitting on Naruto. Everybody was saying you could never be the Hokage. You could never do it. You could never do it. You could never do it. And that's kind of the same thing I went when I told people I want to come to Japan. I want to be a YouTuber, right? I want to do all these fantastic things. Oh, you can't do it. You're too old. You're too this. YouTube is saturated. Yeah, you want to be. I remember one guy like pulled me aside. He like concern trolled me at the previous corporate job. He's like, listen, bro, you got a good corporate job. You have this, you have that. And, you're just not going to be able to fucking make this YouTube thing happen. It sounds like a pipe dream. I was like, all right, brokey, whatever, bro. Maybe you fucking loser, but I'm not a loser. Don't speak that shit over me. And now I'm over here, and guess who's cheering me on, bro? I don't even want to hang out with that dude. Shut the fuck up.
I want to cure people. I want to give people.
Oh, bingo. We got another one. Shout out to DeAndre. Welcome aboard, brother. Go ahead and get into the Telegram chat right now. Sign up. Listen, guys, if you think this heat that I'm dropping on This podcast right here, this podcast is December 28, 2021. Okay? If you think I have not been studying and leveling up and refining my skills to the umpteenth level, you think I'm just putting my feet up and having it laid and made in the shade? You are wrong. I have gotten even better. I was even helping, dude. When I met Sneeko, I had a couple of fucking aha moments for him. The young man that was with him who was dropping making some serious cheddar for a young kid. Was dropping bombs on him too, bro. I am a living, breathing, walking counseling machine, man. I will counsel all your shit straight out of you. But you got to show up. You got to do the work. You got to sign up. Get into the Telegram chat. And then next Monday, April 10th, come to the webinars. I will change your life. I am the fucking best. There's nobody better than me. We can talk about inner game. Bro, the inner game concept, I'm the one rolling with it. I'm the one making it cool. I'm the one who realizes this is the number one problem that needs to be solved in a generation of millions and millions and millions of broken men around the world who are raised in these traumatic single mother households that have the fucking the effect on society that we have now. You think you're gonna do this on your own? No. And that's why I'm saying get in now. Turn this franchise around. Sean, Michael, Upton, $10 super chat. We're energy beings with 7 energy centers responsible for holding energy trauma. I have created a sound frequency therapy mattress underlay and recliner to recharge these energy centers. Love your work. Thank you so much, bro. Pop into the inner game. Use some of that fucking mattress money and get into inner game healing, bro. Get in there, bro. Come on, man. Let's see. There we go. We got another one signed up. Congratulations. Shout out to Christian. Oh my God. I love you, buddy. Congratulations. Glad to see you coming back, Christian. Glad to see you coming back. And this is a guy who's had some inner game issues dealing with a toxic father. And that manifested its, in certain ways. Well, you don't know who you are. I'm just going to mention it, but we'll keep you anonymous. But, he said, I want to quit drinking. Guess what? All of his social group, why are you not drinking? Well, come drink with us. What's wrong with you? What are you, gay? What do you want to go just be a monk? Talking all this shit. But he's on a journey. He's on the journey of self-improvement. He's on the journey of improving himself and becoming the best version of himself possible. And it all starts with, again, the Inner Game Healing Summit. And again, you get the whole year for $297. It is baby money, guys. It's baby money. Okay? Let's go back to antiquated MLD, because these things that I'm teaching now, bro, I got a year and change on this guy right now. People solutions. I don't want to give people subscriptions. Just come back next week and I'll help you out with your problem. I'll just give you a little morsel here, a morsel there.
I mean, you joked about this all the time, is that one of the failures of your business concept is that you actually help people so they don't fucking come back.
That's my biggest,
leave.
Leave me alone. My biggest business problem is I have no customer retention because I heal them. They're like, all right, well, I'm going to go be rich and have sex with other girls.
I can't tell you how many guys I know, man, that left the community because they were like, well, I got what I needed. All right, cool.
But that's the thing, And that's why I believe my philosophy now is just because I came here, I just did my tour, right? I was in San Diego, Dallas, Miami, right? I lost money coming here. But my philosophy is I'm just going to keep on doing as much good as possible and giving as much good karma and just helping as much good people as possible. And I believe that it's going to come back to me. I know it is. I could feel it.
You've been wildly successful the past year alone. You know what I'm saying? So,
and it's crazy is because I've been this wildly successful since November 1st. I've been doing these daily hypnotherapy sessions and meeting with a therapist and talking about this stuff and crying and fucking writing out my insecurities. And I don't care if people can make videos oh, MLD cried in a therapy session, whatever. I'm free. I'm happy. And I'm going to take this freedom. I'm going to take this happiness. I'm going to take this stuff that I've learned and I'm going to give it to people and I'm going to spread happiness. I'm going to spread completeness and I'm going to help these guys out. And that's what my goal on this planet. That's what I'm here to do. And I'm not going to stop until I'm dead. This is what I'm going to do.
So John, let's say someone wanted to go through this process or just learn from you, where can they find you?
Just start watching me because we're gonna be.
And so to answer that question, if you want to learn about this and more, okay, go to Inner Game Healing right now, okay? And let me see if there's anything else on this. Yeah, that's it. So they basically wrap it up there. So that's that, man. And like I said, this is old MLD, bro. This is old information, man. And again, like I said, when you sign up to, you get access to immediate viewing of the curriculum here on the course. And so what I'll do, I'll just show you a quick little clip. Okay. So here's another thing, right? Let's talk about this. Okay, this one is called, let's see, which one? You know what? I'll play two. Fuck it. I'll play two of them. I'll play two. Okay, first things first, I'm going to do this because I think this is a lot of crazy shit that you guys do is here. Okay, and the title of this one, this is just a quick 3 minutes. This is from the course, okay? And this is titled, Stop Demanding Perfection from Yourself. This is one segment of the video course that you get with Inner Game Healing. Take a look here.
Stop demanding perfection from yourself. Guys, you're going to make mistakes. How do I know? You're human. I'm a human. We're going to make mistakes, okay? Moving forward, you got to give yourself some grace. And here's why. I know a lot of people, they get on this journey with me of self-improvement, making yourselves a better person, you know, cutting out toxic people, doing your best to get the life that you want, right? Because what's the point of living life if you don't have the life that you want? Now, here's the thing. When people make a mistake, which is inevitable, what do they start to do? They begin to attack themselves. Ugh, I couldn't hit this personal record at the gym. I'm just too weak. Or I couldn't lose 4 pounds of fat this month. I'm not good enough. My diet's not good enough. Oh, you know, I was supposed to make, you know, this amount of money and I didn't. I'm not smart enough. I'm stupid. I need to fucking try harder. All this stuff, right? And all that really does is poison the well. It poisons your subconscious mind. Again, remember, 0 negative self-talk. A lot of people that are overachievers and that are just extremely hard on themselves, this comes from not a place of self-love, but a place of self-hate. And that usually comes from some kind of unresolved trauma, usually stemming from bad parenting, upbringing, you know, some kind of authority figure over your life as a child is really the culprit for you to have these bad thinking patterns going on, okay? So you really need to give yourself some grace because this is life. You're going to make mistakes. Restructure it in a positive way. Say, you know what? I was supposed to lose 4 pounds of fat this month. I lost 3 pounds. And you know what? I was 1 short of my goal and I made a mistake. And that's okay. Let's focus on the positive side. I'm still trying my best to lose weight. I still got 3 out of the 4 pounds of fat that I wanted to lose, okay? This is a very healthy way to treat yourself because you got to be kind to yourself. You got to be positively nurturing yourself to get where you want because nobody else is going to do it for you. Even if an outside source is nurturing you positively, but internally you don't believe it, it's not going to work, okay? Give yourself some grace because this is a trap people fall into. They believe they should be perfect at all times. They believe they shouldn't screw up in their relationship. They believe they shouldn't screw up on their diet. They believe they shouldn't screw up with their business. They believe they shouldn't screw up in the bedroom. I mean, this list goes on long and long and long and long. It's okay. Have some grace. Forgive yourself. Get back on your path and keep pushing forward. Thanks so much.
You see, and that's a big problem right now we're having with the culture is that like all these like alpha male leaders, these top level alpha male guys, one who comes to my mind is Richard Cooper, right? He just pretends he's perfect and he pretends he never does anything wrong. He's always perfect. He never makes a mistake. And what that does, it just sets up people for failure because people will live their life. And I'm going to tell you something. Richard Cooper's life is littered with mistakes. But the thing is, when you're a content creator and you project this perfect image, what you're doing is you're inevitably setting people up for failure, because I have problems. Okay. I have problems in my life. You have problems in your life. Guess what? If you're alive, you're going to have problems. You're going to have moments of insecurity. You're going to have moments of self-doubt. Okay. Even the great Lord and Savior, Andrew Tate, hallelujah to the Lord. Praise Andrew Tate. Okay. Even him, I guarantee you he has moments of doubts and failure. I guarantee you he has moments of insecurity. Everybody on the planet has these things. So if you're just demanding perfection from yourself, you're going to fail. Failure is your destiny, because you can't be perfect. Perfection is not real. It's not a real thing. It's the only thing is perfection is the concept we've created, which is God. God is perfect. God is the Almighty. And that is why we worship God. We worship God because they are the perfect being. And we know our imperfections and we are ashamed of our imperfections. And we worship God because they are the perfect one. But I'm telling you, stop demanding perfection from yourself, because you're setting yourself up for failure. It's just that simple. Okay. So that being said, there's so much that you just fucking damage yourself doing by, and just putting this, like, these unrealistic expectations on yourself. Okay. So, it's so important that you guys have an understanding, of the reality of life. Okay. And then Luke Skywalker, listen, man, how are you going to tell me you're worried about things when you're on your own personal Jedi journey and I'm a Jedi Master? Okay. The teachings from the Jedi Master are going to be worth way more than $297. Okay. You're getting a minimum of 40 hours of coaching. 40 hours minimum. Okay. So I'm going to share another one from the course right here. This is emotional regulation and processing. And remember, this is information that you can watch at your easiest convenience. You can watch it on your iPad, your cell phone, your iPhone, your Android, your laptop. You can watch all these just by logging into Teachable. Take a look here.
Emotional regulation and processing. All right. So a lot of people seem to buy into this archaic way of thinking that men shouldn't feel emotions. Okay. If you don't feel emotions, you're a psychopath or a sociopath, and I can't help you. Okay. But if you're a normal person like me and you feel emotions as a man, you have to understand there are two components that are really important that you must implement in order for you to have the maximum chance to develop the mindset that you want to get the lifestyle that you want. Regulation. Look, when your emotions come to you, you're going to have to regulate them. If you don't control your emotions will control you. Let's talk about the context of a relationship, for example. As a man, you're supposed to be the rock of the relationship. You're supposed to be the strong place emotionally, physically, financially for your woman. She has to feel safe with you. If you do not control your emotions, she is going to view you as weak, and life in general is not going to be very nice to you. The person who is controlled by their emotions is a slave. Okay? Now, this takes me to the second part, which is processing. When you feel your emotions, particularly when you're going through a time in life where you're emotionally suffering, you're feeling anger, you're feeling pain, you're feeling despair, do not try to push these emotions down, okay? Do not try to feel these emotions less. Take it in, feel them, process them, okay? Feel the emotions and work through it, okay? Allow the emotions to push through you, right? Feel them, and what I mean by processing them is add logic, add thinking to them. Why do I feel sad? Well, I feel sad because this happened. And
why did this happen? This happened because I did X, Y, and Z. And I don't want to feel like this again. So in order for me to not feel like this, I have to avoid X, Y, and Z. Okay. This is a healthy way to process the emotions and let them pass through you. Because when you stuff these emotions down, all you're really doing is putting these things deep down inside you, and they're going to come out later in a more violent manner. Okay. These things may manifest themselves in addiction. They manifest themselves in substance use, sexual promiscuity in risky ways, gambling, prostitution. Every way that it comes out, it's going to be very, very unhealthy, even down to the levels of like self-harm. Okay. You don't want to be doing that. You want to be a man that can take the emotions in, healthily process them, control them as you regulate them, and live a happy, healthy life. You cannot go through life neglecting your emotions and also overindulging into them. There has to be a healthy balance, and you need to know how to do that. So feel it, mentally process it, and let go of it when the time is ready. Thanks so much. I'll see you in the next.
You see what I'm talking about there? And you have to be able to healthily process these emotions. This is bullshit when these guys are like, oh, if you feel feelings, just push it down, bro. Ruh. It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my entire life, okay? If you feel the sadness, feel the sadness. Let it flow through you. If you feel anger, feel the anger. Let it flow through you. Let it out. If you're angry, pick up your phone, call a friend. I call the guys in the community. I say, hey, man, I need to talk to you. This shit's fucking pissing me off. And you have to let it out. Verbally stress these things to say, this is, I fucking hate this. This shit sucks. This, this bitch pissed me off. This business partner pissed me off. This guy that fucking ran me off the road today. I want to fucking blow his brains out in the video game. Whatever the case may be, but you have to process these emotions, let them out. You hold that shit inside, bro. This is why people die of a heart attack when they're 51. Like eating an egg sandwich and there's like a little bit of mayonnaise in there. They're like, oh, fucking goddamn it. And it's like, 17 years of stress and pushing their emotions down, all head to their heart that fucking explodes and they die right there in some sandwich shop. Okay. You have to process these emotions healthily. Women do this better than men. Women do this way better. That's why they go and they cry and they process these things and way more effectively than men, because women also know they get a monsoon of emotions coming at them. Okay. So we got the signups are exploding right now, dude. Hold on. Let me just show you something. Before I talk about the signups, okay, look, again, these are all the modules that you get right away. Okay, you get an introduction to inner game healing. You get a disclaimer, controlling your self-talk, counterattacking negative self-talk. I'll probably play that one next. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to see that. Your personal life statement, writing affirmations. You're always brainwashing yourself. Detoxing from all media sources, toxic family, friends, jobs, and relationships. Mind movies, nutrition and mental success, strategic house design for mindset, zero negative self-talk, negativity relapse will happen, stop demanding perfection from yourself, emotional regulation and processing. This will feel awkward at first. Congratulate yourself often, and visualization of your future. All of this is made available for immediate access, okay, in the Inner Game Healing Summit. Now I got to do a couple of catch-ups here. Give me some. Mom was going to the gym. Shout out to Jonathan D, who just signed up for Inner Game Healing Summit. And then shout out to Johnny Love. Is that your real name? That's a cool name, man. Johnny Love just signed up for Inner Game Healing Summit. And then shout out to Julian. We got the 3 J's who just signed up in the last 6 minutes. There we go. How much is it? It is only $297, bro. It is only $297. Okay. That's it. It is only $297. Somebody asked in the chat right now about the community. Let me tell you something. The community is where it's at. Based. I see you asking a lot of questions, bro. That means you're interested. Let me tell you something. The community right now, for you guys that are in the Inner Game Healing Telegram chat right now, why don't you just drop your perspective on the Telegram chat? I won't even say anything. Okay. And then DeAndre says, AMLD, love your stuff. I just signed up for Inner Game Healing. I'm in the Telegram group, but we're supposed to get an email. No. You're not supposed to get an email. If you're in the Telegram group, congratulations. You followed the instructions and you are a guy with a fully functional brain. You'd be surprised how many people don't get into the Telegram chat. I haven't received any, and I'm worried if I entered it wrong. It's like, no. You're totally, dude, DeAndre, you're totally set, bro. So the alerts for the Zoom calls will be going out via the Telegram chat. Okay. So you're going to get the information in the Telegram chat to join us. And remember, the schedule is next week. Okay. Starting Monday. So you have a week to watch the entire course and get mentally ready for everything. And then starting on Monday, okay, what we have here is the Inner Game Healing Summit. All right. Day 1, April 10th, Mental Framework for Success. That's by me, MLD. First, we do the webinar, 1 to 2 hours, and then we do the Q&A, and there's no time limit on the Q&A. The webinar is recorded. Day 2, Identifying Your Inner Game Problem by Apex Mindset. Again, starting 1 to 2 hours of the interactive webinar, and then the Q&A session. Day 3, How to Heal Your Core Trauma at Home. Speak with Mr. Ryan Fowler from innermasculine.com. Day 4, April 13th, Mastering Inner Game for Abundance in Dating, Business, and More Levels of Success. And then day 5, probably the most important day, Understanding Frame and Self-Talk. You get all of this and more. You get access to a team of psychological experts. And speaking of psychological experts, we got somebody very, very special who is joining us on the live stream today. Mr. Ryan. Welcome. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm doing great here in Mexico City. Loving it.
Great. So we're talking about wrapping up with the final hours here, last 3 hours to get into inner game healing. Ryan, you are the trauma healing expert. You're the guy who has been working behind the scenes with so many people in the community and getting virtually no recognition for it, but getting all the private testimonials, all the life-changing things that are happening. I just want to, can you just explain this to the audience for a minute? I'm just going to step away. I'm going to let you go at it. Okay. Explain to them how, when you have these traumatic events, you have this trauma inside of your life from these traumatic events in your childhood, from family, whatever the case may be, please explain to them how that stunts their growth in every way, and then why healing it allows people to naturally just become a more successful individual.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's my story, right? You know, I grew up in a dysfunctional home, just constantly given lots of criticism. You know, my mom has narcissistic personality disorder, and I had manic depression. I had general anxiety disorder. And when you have just huge trauma weighing you down, just anxiety over the littlest things, feeling bad all the time. And it's different for different people, because some people only feel bad in specific situations. You know, they're procrastinating, they're, you know, they have anxieties, they're, you know, they're held back, but some people just feel bad all the time or most of the time. And when you have so much of your energy, and this has happened to some of my clients, so much of your energy just to function, you know, for people with trauma. And it's different for different people. It's on a spectrum. But if you have trauma, so much of your life is spent using energy just to function, just to deal with this trauma. And you may not even understand what's going on. You may just say, hey, why do I procrastinate? Why do I have anxiety over these things? Why do I have this fear of failure? Well, it starts in your childhood. Things happen in your childhood that made you form certain beliefs, and your brain, your mind is trying to protect you. You growing up in an environment where as a child, you didn't know any better. You didn't know anything. You're trying to figure out the world. Maybe things happened to you that made you think, geez, the world is dangerous. Geez, I need to be careful. Maybe I'm not good enough. You know, everyone treats me. I'm getting bullied. My parents are picking on me, whatever. You know, forming these beliefs that you're not good enough, or that the world is dangerous. And so, and maybe having a lot of trapped anger in you because you were bullied, because you were abused, and going through life, anger, rage, anxiety, feeling not good enough, just whatever. It takes a tremendous amount of energy just to deal with that. So I had all these struggles myself. And I went through 15 years of psychotherapy, about 100 sessions over 15 years. It did help. It did help, but it took a long time. And there was a lot of trauma it could never touch. And so I was searching and searching. And at age 38, I finally found an answer. I found a particular type of self-hypnosis. Not all hypnosis is the same. The lady didn't even call it hypnosis, but within 2 months, my depression was gone forever. It was just totally gone. And then I found out how to use these techniques to clear anxiety. My anxiety cleared. And then within 2 years, my income doubled. And then my income doubled again. And then I went inside and I fixed my issues with women, approach anxiety. I had sexual shame. I thought women are dangerous, just a lot of nerves and anxiety with women. So these techniques I've learned, literally what you do is you find out where is the bad subconscious program in you, the bad belief that causes anxiety, causes you to not believe in yourself, causes you to not feel good enough. And you can literally go inside, target it, and get it out of you. And I do it with one-on-one sessions when people need a professional guide, but you can do it listening to an audio. You have to have training. You have to know how to do it. But that's what I'm going to teach people on the Inner Game Healing Summit. I'm going to teach you guys how to actually go in, find your own trauma, use self-hypnosis. And not everyone's going to be able to do this for all trauma. There are some cases that are very complicated. You need a pro. But as you know, Jonathan, last year on the Inner Game Healing Summit, I taught this to guys, and I have over 30 testimonials on my phone. Just guys saying, I quit porn. I lost 50 pounds. You know, I'm making more money now. Oh my goodness. I went inside and it was terrifying, but I found this, deep down hurt in me. I got it out and wow, I feel like a great weight has been lifted off me. People have done this, Jorge, who I interviewed on my channel, my YouTube channel, he had a 9 out of 10 fear of closing sales. He listened to the self-hypnosis audio. One session, boom, his anxiety permanently down to 1 out of 10. His sales volume increased by 50% and then got hired by Jordan Belfort and, making 6 figures in Mexico, making 6 figures US in Mexico. So this stuff works. And I'm a living testimonial. And it's not just getting trauma out. Trauma is painful emotions, trapped emotions tied to painful beliefs. We get it out and we put the best belief systems in. Unconditional self-belief, self-love, self-approval. Now you believe in yourself. Now, if you can give yourself approval, you don't need it from anyone else. So you get rid of this beta male thirst, people-pleasing, needing validation from others. We teach you how to give it to yourself at a deep core level. You don't need it from others. You're a source of your own strength. It puts you in such a better position, and it literally changes everything. It's changed me. I'm living my dream life. I mean, Jonathan, I've been talking to you back behind the scenes how things are going. Man. I'm living my dream life, but it starts with fixing your inner game. If you have trauma in you and it's not resolved, it's like a weight holding you back, and it will be there till the day you die or you fix it.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It does stunt your growth, and it stops you, and you start acting out in these self-sabotaging ways that really just destroy you. And
it saps your energy, man.
And people want to know, they always like, I always get on a diet and I do it. And then, I just always stop, or I just give up, or I just quit, because they don't really, a lot of it too comes down to not having self-love. They don't have self-love for themselves. They feel like they're not good enough for having the success that they want, having the life that they want, having the woman they want, the dream job, the dream salary, the dream girl, whatever the case may be. And they fucking sabotage themselves. You know what I mean? And it's so sad.
Down, they believe they're not worthy of it.
Yeah. And like I said, and I've been telling Ryan behind the scenes, but we are 5 to 7 years ahead of the rest of the manosphere in the red pill space with with this inner game healing stuff. And then, they're going to come out with their rinky-dink products, but it's all good. It's all good. We'll be the trailblazers. We know what we're doing. And the thing is this, when you sign up for the Inner Game Healing Summit, you get access to all the additional therapies and retreats that we have that we're not even advertising publicly as well. There are more bonuses available for you to get the help that you need. So that's what we're offering here. But I'm telling you guys, the time is running out. If you are still on the fence, and I know I like to wait till last minute too to think about it, but literally you have 3 hours, 8 minutes, and 15 seconds. You have got to take action now, because once this is over, it's over. You're not getting back in. You're going to miss out on the time, and we are going to be pushing forward without you, because we just don't have time for people who want to second guess themselves. If you think that keeping $297 in your bank account is going to fix your problems and you'll just figure it out. Ryan wasted 15 fucking years of his life that he can't get back, that he probably could have gotten cleared up in 1 year.
I didn't know the solution. Once I found the solution, boom, it was so incredibly powerful. And Jonathan, you know this works because you've seen dozens and dozens and dozens of guys who I've done this for. You can go on my YouTube channel right now, interview after interview after interview of guys changing their lives. I'm putting so many freaking interviews of people who've changed their lives just to show people, hey, man, this really works.
Yep, it really does work. So that being said, guys, we are closing out this episode right now. I'm going to send out a couple more emails, but time is running out. You have got to make it happen right now. So click the link in the chat, click the link in the description box below. Go to innergamehealing.com. Sign up right now. I can still shout you out on the show.
Take my money.
Thank you, Nate, JJ, the Water Bear, for 99 cents super chat. Appreciate you, sweetheart. And yeah, other than that, we will see you guys on the flip side. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys on Inside the Inner Game Healing Summit.